Hey YouTube, it's your girl Chic from Chic Speaks. Welcome. Come on in here. Come on in here, child. Come on in here. We have a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. So I'm going to try to wait before I start running my mouth until some people come on in here because I got so much to share. Child, I had this live schedule for 6 o'clock. I think I scheduled it earlier today. But it took everything in me to not. I scheduled it earlier today for 6 o'clock because based off of how my life was set up, like 6 o'clock was the time. Like, yo, I got to go live at 6. But child, just after I had scheduled everything, had the title and everything, a couple of hours later, your girl Rose went live. She in her pink robe, looked like no drawers on. I don't know. I'm like, why she just couldn't put no clothes on? She started telling the people, I got shorts on underneath, but she kept kind of pulling I'm like, child, Lord Jesus. Jesus, fix it. But listen, she started going in. The girls are fighting. When I say the girls are fighting, meaning her and her mom are still at it. They are at it. And I'm like, okay, I ain't got time to be quickly changing out the title, trying to jump on, stream this live to see what she talking about, so you all can see what she talking about. So I was just making mental notes on what she was talking about in hopes that when it came 6 o'clock, we can go ahead and move over to that channel. Y'all know how we do and see what the hell she talking about. How about the video is not there? I do not see the video there of that live that she did earlier today where she was just spilling all the tea. So I don't know if it was just one of them Rose moments, one of those Raina Rose moments where she just got to talking and was like, oh shit, I might have said too much. Y'all know how she do. Because she was telling all the business, not some of the business, all the business. So come on in here. Please like, share, subscribe. We are going to get into this. We're going to talk all things Rose and Brett. Her mother, Janarda. Look, that's her mama name, Janarda. Y'all done came across, I done found her her YouTube channel. So mama got a YouTube channel. She's over there promoting her business. She got a book. Rose got to talking about that as far as like, the type of things that, her mama need to be adding in the book that's not in the book. But yeah, we're going to get into all of that. So just come on in here. Please chime in. Let me know your comments. Were you able to see the live that she did earlier today? She's in Hawaii. I don't know what the time is over there, but here, when I saw her go live, it was maybe around like 2 o'clock-ish by the time I seen it. And she'd probably been on that live for maybe about 15 minutes. But she was just at the house in her little, cute little fuchsia, like pink robe with the kids. I don't know where Brett was at because he wasn't there. It just seemed like, she was just trying to spill all the tea and then keep control over the kids. And it was like people in the chat. It was probably maybe it wasn't like a whole lot of people in the chat. I don't know how many people she normally have in her lives, but it was probably like a little over 1,000. It was like less than 2,000 people in her chat. And, she has 1 million subscribers. So I would think that she would get more people that would join in on her lives, but it wasn't even 2,000 people that was on her live. But she had a lot to say. And it seemed like she had a conversation with her mom recently. I think she said this morning she had a conversation with her mom because she said her mama was like out there spilling tea, telling the business or whatever, and putting some business up pertaining to, I guess, her and I guess her family, her children or whatever. And she was like, yo, stop, take it down, whatever. Mama was like, listen, what you can't handle, you can dish it, but you can't take it. Meaning like, okay, you can be over there talking, telling all the business, but you saying I can't. So that was the mom sentiments. But when I went to the mom's channel, and I'll share the mom's channel, I'll bring it up. I didn't see any videos or anything where the mom was like spilling tea, telling, any of Rose's business or anything like that. It was pretty much the same content that I saw up there when I first discovered her channel a couple of days ago. It's maybe like just 4 videos. It's not a lot of videos over there. And from what I did see, it wasn't anything that was talking about Rose. Her most recent video was like a few days ago, and she was actually talking about her book. And I listened to that video. That was like the one video I listened to. And she didn't reference Rose, to her credit, like that video, like she did not reference Rose. You wouldn't even know that was her daughter. Rose was her daughter. She did not reference Rose. She just strictly talked about just, having her book out there. She just said she was a mother. She actually, I believe, didn't even reference being a grandma, because it was people in her comments eating her up like, why you didn't reference, the grandkids and all of that. And she was just like, well, I mean, it's obvious. People know I got grandkids, but she did not reference Rose or her kids in that video. So I'm not sure what mama put up that pissed Rose off, but it's not over there on the mom page. Before we get started into Rose business, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and I'm gonna bring up and show you what Rose mom's page looks like. So let's see. Okay, so this is Rose mom's page. Her name is Janard. And as you see, it's not a lot of content there. It's what we got 4 videos. So I listened to this 2.5-minute video, and then I listened to this 11-minute video. And then she got some shorts. I think I played like one short, like the Life is Good short. She wasn't saying anything. She was just, vibing to the music. But this woman wasn't talking about Rose in her video. So I don't know what Rose was spazzing about, but they had a little back and forth behind, Rose's mom, I guess, saying some things about Rose and her family or whatever that Rose did not appreciate. So I want to get into since I did my last video and content that Rose has since put up on her channel. Okay, so I want to get into just what Rose has since put up on her channel since we last were here for about 4 hours, I think, on Monday. I was so tired. But I had a good time. It was just a lot of engagement, and we covered a lot of, material as far as reviewing on Rose. And since, I guess, Monday, Rose and her family have moved into a new place. So they're out of the Airbnb. And it looks like they're living in some type of 2-bedroom situation. I don't know if it's an apartment. It's a lot bigger than the 1-room Airbnb that they were living in. It looks pretty nice, and so it's something that they're renting. So it looks like they're going to be there for a good minute, probably at least a year. So I want to get into and just review that video as we see, the change of energy between Brett and Rose now that they have moved. Because I really believe they was wild into, because, they was in that little ass, Airbnb. Everybody was on top of each other. You got these 4 kids, a teething baby. Like, it's a lot. It is a lot. So I just think that it was just a lot of different variables that had Rose to snap. But the girl is crazy. She got her share of issues now. But I think it did not help with them living in such a small space over there like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get into and bring up the video that I did want to share that she had put up about their new place. So let's get over there. Let me bring that video up. So fair use. We're going to get into this video Rose put up like a day ago. So title: We officially moved to the most expensive state in the United States, Hawaii.
Back up to. Oh, sorry. But you're so cute, babe. Thank you. Day 1 of actually living here now. Everyone talks about how hard it is to get a job and places living here, but we got both of those things right away. You pick your unit, and then the unit is available when it's available. So today is the earliest day it was available, and so now we are finally moving out of this tight space that have been driving me absolutely nuts into our official.
Question: do anybody know what Brett's job is? Because I be hearing talks about a job, and I've never gotten a sense that he had a job, like he's at a job. I don't know. So anybody who know what type of work he does, if he got a job, drop it in the comments, because I'm still trying to figure that one out. Like, what kind? I would imagine, yes, he had one in Arizona, but I hadn't picked up no sense since they've been in Hawaii with him having like some steady work, because he's around. So sometimes, he's not around, but I don't know, y'all. Let me know what that man do. Let's get back into the video.
Place to living for the next year.
My wife just told me it's going to cost $2,000 to fix the window, because I shouldn't have let a woman ask a mechanic how much something would cost, because now I'm going to have to get somebody to actually go fix it for a couple $100. So.
Well, I already asked, what's his name, to find someone cheap, but I thought that was entirely too much also.
Yeah,
and I told her no, but she said, because Range Rover with my VIN number, because the other people don't have the windows, so we have to get the windows actually from Range Rover. That's why it's that
the
price.
price of the window might be up there, but 2,000 is pretty wild.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 windows with a chip in it. It's the windshield wiper and the right window, passenger window.
They have an issue with the windshield.
Yeah, the windshield as well. That's why.
Okay, maybe.
The windshield has a crack. So for the 2, it's going to be 2,000 because they have to get it from Range Rover instead of from their cheap place, because according to our VIN number, the cheap place doesn't have it.
Right. Annoying.
We're currently in the process of purchasing our second.
Okay, so what happened to the window of the Range Rover? So I didn't even know, like, she had, until the last live I did, someone mentioned that she had said, I guess, that she had a Range Rover, that it was a push gift, a gift that he bought for her. But then people start saying, oh, she said, she bought that Range Rover for herself. Okay, so they don't have that Range Rover, I don't think, in Hawaii. I haven't seen any signs of it. But though they're talking about they need to pay, they got a quote of $2,000 to fix the windows or the windshield on the Range Rover. What the hell happened to the window if they not even there? The vehicle isn't there with them. Where is that Range Rover? Is it in Arizona? Like, I'm confused on why we're talking about repairing a window on a vehicle that isn't with you all in Hawaii. Like, I'm trying to make sense of this. Like, where is this Range Rover? When y'all picked up and moved to Hawaii, y'all left the house and the car? Like, y'all left everything? Like, where's the Range Rover? We talking about fixing a window, but let me know that too. Drop that in the comment, because y'all, I'm just trying to figure this out.
At home, so I've been on the bed, talking to the lenders, handling business, paying bills with the baby and putting the baby to sleep. And I guess that made Brett figure that I wasn't torn enough. So he's literally kicking me out with Bebe's kids while he cleans up this place and gets us all packed up to get out of here. I'm gonna go get a rental car, and Brett is gonna pack up this apartment.
Welcome, Carol. Welcome. Thanks for joining. You say, I think they have intention to seal the vehicle. What do you mean when you say seal the vehicle? But then this couple is so confused. I don't know. So I'm not understanding. What do you say you think they have intention on doing with the vehicle? Because she also just meant to sell the vehicle. Okay, to sell. So do you is the vehicle on the island? You think the vehicle is in Hawaii with them? Did they have it shipped there? So they need to fix the window, because she said she's about to go pick up a car rental. We're going to show, we're going to see that. So she's about to go pick up a rental. Okay, it's still in Arizona. Okay, thanks. It's still in Arizona. So, all right. Well, child, they about to go get some. And Brett telling her he thinks she just in the way. She ain't doing nothing. So she about to leave the house with the kids so she can get out the way and he can do what needs to be done so they can get packed up and moved out this little ass Airbnb. So we'll get back into this video.
And then I'm gonna go to Walmart and get a couple little things for the house, just for us to be a little comfortable while we pick out our furniture. But this is the process, y'all, of moving to an island very abruptly. I'm taking y'all with me for the full process. It's a process. Things take time, but we really did work really, really fast, given the fact that we did not intend on moving here at all. Did anyone press the thing?
Yeah, I did.
What the heck? You bought your boogie board?
Yeah.
What? You're so nosy. You're so nosy, you think? So nosy. Bro, you're gonna break it. What the heck? Okay.
Mom, I gotta pee.
Oh, Lord.
I gotta use the bathroom.
So one hungry, one gotta pee. I just finally got the rental car, y'all. That was a whole mess in itself. River was just crying for a whole like 15 minutes straight, and he's finally taking a bottle. So we might be getting somewhere with our weaning process.
I'm talking to Megan.
Oh, you talking to Raiden? Oh. So why are we talking like that anyways?
I got him in that little gun. When it goes, shut up.
Oh, how I be doing like, shut up. Okay, well, anyways, we're about to get into this Walmart and get just a couple knickknacks for the house. Child. Okay, and we're not getting a lot because
Spain is such a thing that they got Spain sandwiches in McDonald's.
really they have spam, not Spain.
Yeah, Spain.
They have spam sandwiches in McDonald's here? That's crazy.
What's that on?
Okay, y'all, we're in McDonald's and check it out. I mean, we're in Walmart and check it out. They have an L&L barbecue in here. How cool. Okay, let me grab my things and then I'll get you food, okay? You okay? You need help? That. The baby eating and crying and won't allow me to put him down, but it's okay because I needed his cart space anyway. So this is one cart, and then we have another cart over there.
Okay, so I want to stop here. Rose be all over the place with these kids, and you know she's a mother, and you know moms had their babies, but clearly a lot of times it does come off as though she got a lot going on and she's overwhelmed. And the question I have is, with them being, you know, they've talked multiple times about, you know, having good amount of money coming in. So the part I don't understand is why she hasn't or they haven't either hired some type of help, meaning like an assistant or a nanny service, or place the kids in some type of summer camp to where she can have a break, because 4 kids is a lot. I understand Brett, like, listen, you need to leave. Y'all are in the way. I need to clean this place up. So she left with them. So now she's out with them trying to just get all these household things that she needs to get with 4 boys. And it's a lot. So it's just like, why aren't they just having the kids go someplace? Like, because it's the summer. So a lot of times you have summer camps and activities and things that the kids can do. And it'll give her a chance to kind of catch her breath and handle business, and, you know, Brett do whatever he needs to do. So to me, their life just seems very chaotic to where it's not much organization there. They claim the money is there, but it has you to wonder, like, wow, I mean, if it is, why aren't we being more strategic with how we use this money? I just really think that over this summer, while they were there, they could have used some type of help with the boys, especially since Rose started acting like she was spazzing out and it was just a lot. I think, you know, because even, in Arizona, they had hired help right before they moved away. They had hired help. Carolyn Thompson said, do you think that the nasty argument they had was real or for the internet? I think it was real. It was very nasty, like the details and the things that she said about him, and him in the way he was responding to her. I personally feel like that was probably arguably the only real moment, or the most real moment, that they've had on their channel. I think the truth did come out that day. And I think since then, with the videos, we've just been seeing videos for damage control, because I think it was an afterthought that Rose had, like, oh my God, like I said too much. Like today, y'all, I need to get into what she was talking about on her live today. Child, I'm just going to get into it. Like, y'all come on in here, y'all, because I was trying to wait and to get into what she was saying today about her mom. I was trying to let y'all I'm trying to let y'all get in here. Y'all want me to get into it right now? Because I'm seeing 2 people in here. Please make sure y'all, whoever's in here, like this video, like, share, subscribe. But it's so much that she said today. I was clutching my invisible pearls while sipping on my water, because you got to stay hydrated with this one. it was just layers to it. And I just wasn't in a position to be able to just go live. I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to cover it at 6 o'clock. But child, like she had a lot to say. Listen, Carol Thompson said the money they claim to have does not reflect in their lifestyle. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. SY said, are you her mom, trying to find her channel as well? So her channel, the mom's channel, I had just showed it. Give me a second. I'll bring it back up so you can see the name. This is the mom's channel, Janard M. So if y'all see that, this is the mama's channel. That's her. This is the mom's channel. This is the woman who Rose was doing the live with, and they just got into it. So that's her mom, Janarda. So you can go to YouTube, type in Janarda M, and you should bring up her video. So she only has 7 videos up. Like I said, I've listened to just this one 11-minute one. She did not reference Rose at all. But Rose was spazzing this morning, saying that she had a conversation with her mom this morning about, I guess, some information that she had put out there on the internet about her and her family. And she was like, yo, take it down, or I'm about to start talking. And that's what Rose did. Rose came on the internet and started talking. Carol said, yep, you're right. So, child, so let me tell y'all, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all some tea, like what was happening earlier today around like 2 o'clock my time on Eastern time. I'm in Georgia. So Rose sitting up in her house in her robe on the floor talking, saying, I had a conversation with my mama this morning. She had put some information out there on the internet about, my kids, whatever. I told her to take it down. And she was like, my mama was like, you can dish it, but you can't take it. So Rose was like, y'all, I'm going to just spill the tea. My brother. So remember, Rose said her daddy had 16 kids. So Rose's daddy got 16 kids. Her mama got 6. Her daddy's oldest child isn't by Rose's mom. So I guess when they both got together, they both had other kids. Because if he got 16, I mean, he got it popping. He started his party like before he met Rose's mama. So he got 16. Rose's mama got 6. But when Rose's mama got with him, she had her 2. I don't know how many he already had, but that man got 16 kids. So anyway, his oldest son, Rose claims that her mother... Okay, his oldest son, who is now deceased, he's deceased. Rose claims that when her mother was with her father, I guess maybe during when they were married, but they were together, her mother slept with her brother, which is Rose's father's oldest son. So that wasn't her mom's biological child. That was basically her stepchild. Rose's mama slept with her stepchild, which was Rose's older brother. And he was 17 at the time. This is what Rose said, y'all, on her live. She said her mother is the reason why her brother is no longer with us. She said when it came out, when she got caught that she slept with her father's son, he got upset and sent the brother away. They were living in Ohio. Being sent away, meaning he sent the brother back to Las Vegas. The brother went to Las Vegas. Daddy shipped him away. Daddy, Carol said, what? I missed that. Was that today? Yes, that was today. That was today. She was feeling it. I said, Lord, I had already created and scheduled my live for 6 and had my title and what I was going to talk about. So when she threw that in the pot, I'm like, wait a minute. I started playing around trying to figure, okay, let me change my title to my live. Let me change my thumbnail. Because when she threw that tea out there, it just made me shift my talking points. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to try to merge that just still in with whatever I was already going to talk about. But yes, she said that her mother slept with her older brother, who was 17 at the time. When that happened, Daddy shipped him away to Las Vegas. While he was in Las Vegas, he was like, Daddy, I want to come home. I want to come home. Daddy was like, okay, bet, I'm going to send for you. You can come from home. The next day, the brother got killed. He was unalived. I don't know. He was unalived. I think she said somebody tried to rob him or something like that. And they hit him in the head with a pew-pew. And basically he ended up dying. So she blames her mother for why her brother is no longer with us, because to her, had her mother not slept with him, he wouldn't have gotten sent away. Y'all follow me? Y'all, am I making sense here? This is what she said today on her live. She was like, it's my mama's fault. My brother is no longer with us. So she was like, mama got this book out and all, but she ain't telling it all. She ain't telling it all. So she started spilling that tea, and she was alluding to some more tea, but she was like, no, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to tell y'all that. But Rose might start, drinking and getting pissed off in some more than what she is, and air out more. So I think she probably going to go off of whatever kind of energy her mama give her. But that's what she dropped today, y'all. Like I'm sure right now, right before I started this live, because I thought I was going to simply be able to go to her channel and just pull that live and we can review it, but it's not there. But lately she's been removing stuff. So I started doing a search to see if maybe someone else had maybe screen recorded. Y'all, I'm not there with my technical skills. I'll be doing all that. So I didn't do all that. I was just like, word, she did what? Like, I'm just like taking it in, and I'm thinking like, I'm just going to later go back to it, but it's not there. So I did a search on YouTube to see if anyone else had seen it or picked it up or recorded it. And I haven't seen it yet, but it's still early. So maybe as the day go on, maybe as the day go on, some other people out there will start sharing it and reacting to it. I don't know, y'all, but I'm not making this up. Y'all don't think I'm making it. Listen, in the words of the late Kevin Samuels, you can't make this issue up. This is what she said. Y'all, this is what she said. I'm sorry. Let me get to these comments. This is what she said. So Carol said the money they claim to have does not reflect their lifestyle. Agreed. As White said, are you her mom? So I showed her channel. Yep, you're right. Carol said, what I missed? Yep, that's what you missed. Hey, Mike, what's up? What's up? How's the Bay? How is the Bay? How's California? I thought the thumb was free for a sec. I was like, oh, she booed up with Zaddy. Yeah, I think we got some little similarities. She cute and all, Mike. She cute and all. So Carol Thompson said, I guess she removed that live. She had to, y'all. She was spilling the tea. So then people were in the comments like, yo, why are you saying all this stuff while the kids are there? So she was trying to have the kids go into another room, because, they in a 2-bedroom situation now. So, they got elbow room now. So she's sitting on the floor, just spilling all the tea with the little baby, and River, with little baby River moving around, doing the most. Y'all know how he be doing. And then you got, Race in the background. He was the one all in the business and around. I didn't see the other brothers, but Race was still around, because Race was like, yo, you still got my iPad. Kids will sell you out in a minute. I guess she was using his iPad. Race was like, sis, you still need my iPad? You still need my iPad? So she's trying to get rid of him and tell him to go on about his life, where he ain't gonna go swimming, so she can use the iPad, because she recorded a conversation she had with her daddy. She inserted daddy into the chat. So she said her father is a bishop of multiple churches. Her father is a bishop in Hawaii, and I'm sorry, in Ohio. He's a bishop in Ohio. Remember, she said that he's married. He's been married for 12 years, but she said he's a bishop of multiple churches in Ohio. So she called her dad and recorded their conversation, because since her and the girls are fighting, her and her mom are fighting, she's trying to air out the mama. So she played the conversation on baby boy, little River's iPad, the conversation that she had with her daddy. And she was trying to get the daddy to admit to what she was saying about her mama sleeping with his son. But guess what? Daddy would not admit it. He kept saying, she was like, didn't mom, sleep with, my brother, your son, or whatever? And he just was like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about that as past. But she kept trying to get him to acknowledge it. Then she just started telling him, well, the things that she was saying, in hopes that, he would try to match that same energy and start telling the business too. But he wouldn't. He didn't deny the stuff she was saying, Rose was saying, about her mama sleeping with the brother, but he also didn't co-sign it. He didn't confirm it either. He just kept saying, you know what? I don't even want to talk about that no more. Like, that's the past. But she said he's a bishop. So I don't know if he just in a different place right now. He done found the Lord. He done, slanged his D, however, and made 16 kids. Now he done found Jesus. Y'all know how that go. Most of the pastors be former pimps. I mean, that's what they say. So he like, I done found the Lord, baby. I don't want to talk about that no more. So he didn't feed into it. Like, and some people in the chat was like, he probably took that note because he know Rose is on the internet and he just didn't want the business, you know, he didn't want to, I guess, play a part in just family business being just spread across the internet. So, I mean, can you be mad at him? But he did not want to go into it. So he didn't co-sign it. He didn't affirm it, or he did not deny it. He didn't affirm it, or he did not deny it. That's why I said, thank you, Carol. Carol Tom said, Rose is so messy. Why record and include her dad? Exactly. Like, she recorded it like, okay, so you saying you don't want to be a part of this. Oh, okay. Well, you finna be a part of this. She still played it. So it wasn't like a FaceTime. Like, so you couldn't see on the iPad, like his face from that, you know, it was just, you hear his voice. Like, she had him on speakerphone and she was recording the conversation. And he was like, you know, he just was calm and just like, well, yeah, I just don't want to even relive all, like, he just didn't even want to get into it. But that's what she's saying. And Rose was just like, listen, it is what it is. I'm airing it out. I told her to stop saying whatever about my kids or whatever. But mama's like, yo, if you can be over there on your channel with your 1 million followers, I'm gonna be over here with my little 300 and telling whatever I got to say. But like I said, when I go to the mom's channel, there is nothing new up there that Rose is referencing where she's talking about Rose and her family. But Rose feel like her mom is just clout chasing to try to build her channel, which is why when they were on that live, I know that might have been the one they got into it with, where the mom was trying to plug. Y'all see when the mom low-key was plugging her video. I don't know if we reviewed that one together, but there was like this live out there that Rose and her mom was doing, and the mom just kind of slipped in a plug of her book. And Rose didn't know that she was going to do that. So Rose was like, I'm in a live. Because the mom was like, yeah, Rose, you're in the book too. And Rose was like, oh, snap. Because Rose was saying today on the live that at her wedding, her mama cussed her out. Child, I said, she said at her wedding, she said her mama ruined her wedding. She's like, her mom cussed her out and was calling her all kinds of bees. She didn't say as to what led to or why the mama started talking to her crazy like that. But she said her mom cussed her out at her wedding. Yes, she did. So I don't know how they got from that moment to the, up until just that, them being able to even have a FaceTime phone call if that popped off. Because I don't know how you, listen, I'm all about forgiving and stuff, but that's deep. Your mama cussed you on your wedding day, and then, you still was messing with her up to the point to where y'all got into it on that live. So Rose got a lot of issues, but as Rose said, as mama said, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And that is what her mama said, because Rose said her mama used to dance. Rose used to be a stripper. Rose said that her mom on this live, y'all, that is no longer up. Rose said that she was like, I'm not the first dancer in the family. She said mom used to dance with my older sister, and she said the sister name or whatever, but she apparently they used to dance together. So I don't know if they had a little mother-daughter duo situation set going on, but Rose was like, so don't do that. So yes, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So I guess Rose is like, listen, sis, whatever you say about me, I am a product of you. I am a product of you. So she was just telling all the business and didn't hold nothing back. And I don't know if after the fact, if she kind of felt a way about it, or if the husband came home and was just like, you need to take that down. I don't know. But that video, if you go over to her channel, you can look and see. I didn't see a live for today, but you're probably not going to see a live for today, but that took place today. So let's get back into this video, but I just want to kind of drop that tea because it was a lot and I just wanted to just share that. But you all, as you come in, please like, share, and subscribe. And let's get back into this video. Rose is with her 4 kids shopping in Walmart. As if shopping in Walmart is not a task enough by yourself. And she got 4 kids with a child. Lord, please keep her lifted.
Oh, I probably overdid it, but these are the cards so far. That and this. It wasn't easy. This is from feeding the baby snacks. We got the guy back there, the kids back there. We're 3 carts deep, but we made it. We making it. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Just
Is there TV on here?
Huh?
Is there TV on here?
The TV? I don't know
Okay,
which one.
okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Y'all have kids, y'all know babies always get you dirty. But anyways, what's very different for me that it's gonna take some getting used to. In the mainland, they have plastic bags where you go grocery shopping and you put your stuff in a plastic bag and like someone does it for you. Here, they don't have plastic bags at all whatsoever. You can buy a bag, but it will not be plastic. It'll be a reusable bag.
Let's talk about how the hell she got all that stuff in the car, because I'm like, well, damn, what the hell did she pull up in there that with 4 kids and she finna fit all that stuff in that car? Listen, a mama gonna make it happen. A mama is gonna make it happen. Carol Thompson said, Rose and her mom are too much alike, hence they won't get along. Yes, that's how it be. Usually when you that much alike, you're not going to get along. And a lot of times they say too, with that energy that you gave off to your parent, when you have a child, it's going to be tenfold. So I'm sure Rose's mom probably did the absolute most when she was growing up too, which is why Rose did and does the absolute most. So it is what it is. These genetics, parents be trying to act like, I don't know why she be acting like that. I don't know why he crazy. You damn know. You know who his daddy is and you know what your behaviors are, but folks be playing crazy because folks only want to take responsibility of the good. Because I know I'm quick to say my kids do something off, like, you know, that's your side. That come from y'all know we quick to do that. That's from his daddy's side. Because we don't roll like that. You know how you pass it. You want to take ownership of that. The positive. But in all, but just to be serious, like we have to be real with these presenting behaviors that our kids exhibit. We have to own that and know that if it came from us or not. Like, I know I've seen some people and like family members, and I grew up with them, and then they have kids and they sit and wonder and watch child acting the way they are. Sis, did you forget you did this, that, and the third when you was 14, 15? Like, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. I'm not going to sit here while you try to play head games and act like you don't know why your daughter is doing the absolute most when you were doing the absolute most at that age. She might be outdoing you in the absolute most category, but you know where she got it from. Stop playing. So let's go back to the video.
Bag, and so you're just supposed to bring your reusable bags, which is great for the earth, but it's definitely going to take some getting used to for me. So literally we just have things, and I don't know if this one doesn't even do that, but they did not offer a bag at all whatsoever. So I literally just have things all over the car, just unbagged.
We actually can enjoy Hawaii. We get to leave this tiny little hotel-sized place that we were cramming 5 people with all their stuff in for the last month, and we get to enjoy some actual space. So hopefully that'll clear up any stresses or any, too much to deal with the kids. You can see we got their own room and everything.
Hey, Sally. I just did a little bit of shopping, just a little bit.
They told me not to get too much stuff, but I feel like I got enough that we could be very comfortable until we get our furniture.
Yeah, looks like we get some box. Maybe we got a mattress, right?
Yeah.
A mattress?
No, this is a blow-up mattress. Yeah.
Gotta order the rest. You didn't know we shopped at all. Hey, why is that door open? Close the door.
This is how we're riding. At least I got a seatbelt on, so don't come for me.
We got a car, so what? Yeah. Because you went and bought stuff before we decided to.
Well, because he want to tell me, take the kids and go. Yeah, if I go somewhere, I'm just going to be shopping.
I sent you to the Stallion.
Yeah.
And you said no money?
take the kids and go to the store. You know, the Rose don't window shop, Penny. The Rose don't window shop.
Yeah, that's how you open the door. Yeah, that's so ta-da. Look how big the balcony is.
I don't know why, but I've been on one of these little arch for so long. Remember, I was asking you to get it for our house?
Yeah, you just had to buy it now.
All the kids are so excited. So
You can tell how loud they're going to be in here already.
I was gonna say we obviously don't have furniture, so it's very echoey.
Now, keep in mind that they're doing this shop and they've moved, but y'all, this is all just for a commitment for 1 year. Rose have said, listen, I want to be in Hawaii for just like a year. So this just goes to show that they could easily uproot and just move someplace else, because it's this, all that we're seeing is just for 1 year. 1 year. There's been multiple videos I've seen where it was like, yeah, we're gonna do this for a year. What? So what's happening after a year? Y'all going like, what about the kids? Child. Like I said, Rose is his wife. Brett is just, he's trying to make her happy. But at some point, you have to be the reasonable person. Like, you can't keep going along with the shenanigans because she wake up today and say, okay, I want to be in Hawaii. And then tomorrow be like, because just 4 or 5 days ago when she was cussing him out, she was trying to get back to Arizona. And it's expensive to be moving around. And then when you got children, you got to put them in school. Like, y'all know all the logistics, all that stuff that it takes when you got kids and when you move and you got to take them to the school and the doctors. Like earlier on her live today, I guess she had to take the kids to the doctor. They probably had to get updated on their records and things like that. So she talked about that experience with taking the kids to the doctor and how that went well, and how she said on that live. So I guess people be talking about the development of little baby River. They be saying he underdeveloped or something. I don't know, y'all. Don't be talking about people kids. She said the doctor said that he's actually advanced for a 7-month-old, that he's doing things that a 9-month-old would do. I guess with such as the way he's sitting by himself. I don't know. He comes off to me as like a normal developed baby, but they were like, yeah, he doing stuff that a 9-month-old baby does. So, he's actually advanced. So she kind of put that out there. So for people who was concerned about the development of the baby, I don't really I've been paying attention, if anything, to how the boys speak, her older sons, as far as with the, I guess the clarity. I've been more so taking notes on their development versus the little ones, because I don't know. To me, I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to look at that harder to see if that's where it needs to be as far as with their development, as far as probably more so from the educational side with how they speak, how clear they speak, stuff that comes along with, the more the child is exposed to like learning material, things like that. So I've been kind of listening out for that. I don't want to quite, give an opinion on how I feel as far as with the development of the older ones. In particular, I think maybe like, I don't know if he's the second to oldest one, he's the more thicker one. But I've been just listening to him speak, and I don't know, a part of me want to say it seems like he can speak more clearly than what he does. But I don't know. I'm still watching. But Rose said, all the kids got the clean bill of health today. And look, she's saying, the house is starting to feel like a home. But let's get back into this video. Rose and Brett has moved into their new place. It looks like it's a 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh yeah, that's what you're putting, like in the corner. Like
Yeah, that's
that's
where it's been sent. And then some
fancy stuff.
TV, obviously, LG couch. I'm so happy. Oh my goodness.
Got some space.
Yes.
Some space. Go to your room. Say go to your room. Just get some practice.
I know, right? Go to your room. Close the door. Love that.
That's the bed.
I've never been so excited to set up a blow-up mattress. I'm about to set up my blow-up mattress. Get these kids they telling me. What? I really can't hear you. What? What? Are you okay? Oh, wait, what? Brother, ooh. Brother, ooh, what's that? Brother, ooh. What's that, brother? What's that, brother? Ooh. They always try to be soldiers, you guys.
Okay, so maybe that's what she's talking about, because she was saying something about when the baby sits down. So y'all seen him kind of trying to push up on his fours like he's trying to stand. So maybe that's what the doctors are talking about, that's something maybe like more of a 9-month-old would be trying to do, because she said he's only 7 months. So I'm not quite sure. I've been out the game for a long time with the babies. I can't remember what mine was doing at 7 months, because my youngest is 14, my oldest is 19, and I have a 16-year-old. But she was saying that they were like, the baby was kind of doing stuff that 9 months old doing. So right now, looking at the little baby, nothing, no concerns or nothing like that. But as far as the boys that can speak, the one that's on the screen right now, I don't think it's this one. I think it's the other one where I was kind of listening with how he speaks. And I don't know, just part of me want to say that I felt like he probably can speak more clear. And I know that would just come from just how, from more of an educational level, as far as how from academia, with him reading, partaking in educational things. I never see Rose going into like school type lesson stuff with the kids, with educational stuff. I haven't watched like a whole lot of her videos, but I don't know how she is when it comes to like what her values are when it comes to education. I don't know. She said multiple times, she didn't go to college. That's fine. So, okay. But I never hear her talk really about that, anything education related. She does a lot. She's always in front of the camera, but it's nothing that's showing, I guess, what she's doing with the kids from the educational aspect, as far as with teaching them things. You don't really see her going into all of that. So I would be interested in knowing what that looks like as far as with the kids' development when it comes to just the education, like her thoughts on that, or how much she values that. She also talked about earlier that I didn't know Hawaii apparently has a very poor education system. So she talked about that. So I'm like, oh, Lord. So if I'm already saying what I'm saying as far as with, how this kid's speaking, and then she's saying now the school system isn't good, it's just like, okay. Apparently her reason was, Hawaii, they don't like to follow like government type rules and standards. Like they just like to do their own thing. So Hawaii, I don't know how that play out to the education system, but they just not here for somebody to, I guess, trying to regulate and tell them what to do. So no, she was like, they do not have a good education system. So hopefully outside of the classroom, when it comes to their life at home, she's doing some things to supplement as far as for their education, some things outside of just showing them how to turn on a camera and put on a show to the world on YouTube. Because to me, it's a show I feel like they put on. I mean, it's a job. So let's get back to the video.
And army people. Eating cookies. Yeah, you're happy. You can sit down now and enjoy yourself. Actually sit on the floor and roam around. Okay, so everyone seems very, very happy and happy here. Look at my little. I'm too excited. Anyways, Babe is going back and forth from the hotel here bringing stuff, and I'm just kind of, as he brings it, trying to find everything's place. We accumulated a little bit more stuff than we originally planned to. Oh my! I feel like the happiest girl. You're hungry again?
Yeah.
Why you stole one of my baby's cookies?
Trying to fit all this into this, and then head over back. Right. We are full in this elevator. Can't find my wife and kids anywhere. They must be down at the pool enjoying themselves, which is great. I can tell Rose is going to enjoy this place 10,000% better. This is the start of our living in Hawaii here, officially living in Hawaii. And you know how I can tell? Because I told Rose, hey, let's rent a car, go get yourself blow up mattress, a little bit of food, some stuff to, we're going to start slow. And here she is. She bought this mirror. $100, I believe.
So I get the sense that for him, like he puts Rose's feelings and whatever she's going through above his, because a lot of what I see he does is just, okay, well, this is what Rose wants. Rose wants this, Rose wants that. And I get it, because I'm married and, my husband's concerned about, okay, me being good too. But at the same time, I don't feel like it's healthy to do it at the detriment of yourself, or if you're trying to put them before you and it's some stuff that's just some foolishness. Like it still have to be balanced. And regardless on whatever Rose wants, if it's crazy or ridiculous, like you gotta say just that, like, no, we're not doing that. And I don't think that he's built up a habit of doing that. His routine is, okay, Rose, well, whatever she wants, and she's good until she's not, and she'll spaz out when she's not, and give him the business like we've seen. And early on her live today, she was saying that she spazzed out on him because she got upset with her mom and she just took it out on him. I understand, mischanneled energy and you taking your frustrations out on somebody else, but the way she aired out the things, their private, the details of their life, that was to me on a whole nother level. That, like, I don't feel like it automatically comes with disrespect when you take your feelings out on somebody. I don't think it has to equate to you disrespecting them. And to me, I look at that was an excuse. She was in her feelings about with the mom. She had been drinking, but at the same time, I believe that a drunk speaks a sober mind. And that was an opportunity for her to just air out how she felt about him. And she said it stemmed from, I guess, when her and the mom got into it, she was asking for Brett to co-sign what she was saying, like with her saying how the mama was lying, this, and that. Brett wouldn't do it because, as we see, Brett's just one of those, like a lot of men, he's just nonchalant, like, I don't want to get into it. So he took on that tone and she got pissed off. So she like, oh, okay, so you don't want to back me and say what I need you to say in this moment. So she aired him out. She aired him out. So here we are today with him being so concerned about Rose's feelings because he knows how Rose gets when she gets upset. He knows that. He knows that she had her tongue. She blames it on being a Sagittarius woman. She blames it on that. So he knows how she can get when she's not happy. So his mission is to keep her happy so she don't blow up. What kind of situation, relationship is that? Is when you have to kind of walk on eggshells, hope that you can keep this person happy. So therefore, they won't disrespect you. They won't embarrass you. They won't challenge your manhood. All these things that we've seen her do because she has issues. Let me get into the comments, see where I left off. Carol Thompson, that's because Rose is the prize. She said that several times. He is her puppet. Unfortunately, like that's what it's given. Like, and I've never heard her say that, but that's the energy she gives off. And you know that saying, they say happy wife, happy life. I don't really truly just buy into that, because I think that it doesn't take priority for the woman, the wife, to be happy, because that doesn't always equate to the husband being happy. When there's mutual respect for one another, the happiness should come from both parties. I don't think that a man or a woman should not be happy at the expense of their spouse or their partner. I don't think that it should be that way. And to me, it's like with the dynamics of their relationship, it's about her and how she's feeling at any given moment. And I'm still trying to figure out what this man do for a living, because I ain't seen or heard him be at nobody's job. I did come across a video, I think yesterday, y'all, because I was so tired. I didn't even come out here and do a long, listen, I was worn out. Y'all had me worn out on Monday night. So yesterday I was just looking up videos, just trying to prepare for the live today. And I did come across a video where they went to a banquet of his, I guess in Arizona, for his job. But I was looking for them to indicate somewhere as to what type of work he did, but they did go to a banquet for his job. So he did have a job, and they went to the banquet with some employees, but still it was no talks of like what that job was. So the banquet was kind of like, you get dressed up and stuff. People had issues with what Rose wore, because she had like a mini skirt and a top and some flat sandals. And she's like, well, listen, he picked it out. He picked my outfit out. He said he liked for me to look like a hoochie mama or whatever. Those were her words. We might be able to get into that video later, but yeah, so yeah, Brett's running around just, sniffing behind Rose like a little puppy, and just getting straight disrespected. And it's just a matter of time before she gonna snap on him again. He just gonna be lucky if it's not live again on the gram or on YouTube. Hey, Veronica Fair said, hey, Chic, hi. Why didn't you give me the insights? I almost called you to give it to you, but I was, pressed with trying to jump on and do this live. Then my sister called me and she had whatever she had going on in her life. So I had to listen to her rant on whatever she had going on. But I said, okay, girl, it's a lot. It's a lot. I know. Listen, we'll talk. Let's get back to this video.
Bought us a mirror, bought a rug. Got what I told her to buy, blow up mattress. Because we're gonna furnish this thing like it's paradise. So we don't want to just buy stuff. We want to plan and organize and just make it look like a Baja house. But again, I was trying to budget for our first move-in. So that way, because we just paid down payments, we just paid the rent, we just paid, deposits and all that stuff. So you got to pay 2 months rent. But being stuck in that Airbnb, 2 different Airbnbs for 2 separate months, because we actually checked while we were on vacation. We checked on this place, like one of the last places we checked, and the unit was available day after we purchased the first Airbnb. So like, all right, when's the next one? Like, when's this room available? We picked a different room, and that one was available, but it was smaller at the end of that month. And then as the month went by, living in that small Airbnb, the first small Airbnb, we realized we can't have a small space. So we looked into getting a bigger space. There's actually one more that we were looking at. It wasn't available for another month, but we looked into getting a bigger space, and we got this bigger space, 2-bedroom. I mean, it's not huge, but it's big. Versus the smaller 2-bedroom in a loft that we were gonna do. And yeah, I can just tell this is gonna be happiness. No more stress. She's down there at the pool, because like a great husband, I was gonna leave all this for her to pack, because I'm sure she wants to organize it her way. I'm happy to. I mean, I wanted to move here. I had to do a little fighting.
Brett out here trying to get husband of the year. He like, listen, I know I got cussed out. I'm not trying to see that again. So listen, I'm going to do whatever she need me to do. I'm going to pack these bags, bring these damn clothes. Listen, what you need me to do, Rose? Miss Veronica Fair said, let's get the likes up. Please get the likes up. Thank you. Welcome to all who have joined. welcome, welcome, welcome. I will give a slight recap as to Rose did a live earlier today. I caught a good portion of that, at least the part where she talked about her mama. And listen, Rose got into it with her mother again. And her mom apparently was on the internet, I guess, talking about her and her children. And Rose was just like, don't be talking about us. And the mama was like, yo, you can dish it, but you can't take it. And Rose was like, bet. Y'all, story time. My brother, who is no longer with us, who is deceased, my dad's oldest son, my mama had an affair with him, y'all. She slept with him. My daddy found out. He sent my brother to Las Vegas. My brother was like, I don't know how long he was there, but after a while, he was like, I want to come back home. Daddy was finally like, okay, you can come back home. The next day, the brother was unalived with the pew. He was hit in the head, but he didn't survive the attack, and he's no longer with us. So Rose blames her mother for her brother no longer being here, because had her mother not slept with him, he would not have gotten sent away from Ohio to Las Vegas. So that's how Rose feels about that. So she's like, Mama, you got this book out here, but you ain't telling it all. You leaving stuff out, because Mama got this book that she's promoting. Rose thinks Mama's trying to clout chase and, grow from her name. Who knows? I found Mama's channel. Her mom name is Janard M. If you go into YouTube and type in Janard M, Jenardam, you'll see her YouTube channel. She has a few hundred subscribers. I have looked at one of her videos. It was the most recent one that's out there, and she did not reference Rose at all. So I don't know if the mom, which she did as far as like what platform she went on the internet talking about Rose, but it's not on her YouTube channel. But the mom is, I guess, talking. So I don't know if she's doing like her daughter where she's talking and then she's removing, because that live that Rose did earlier today, it is no longer out there. She removed it. But I'm not crazy, y'all. I was sitting there listening, sipping my water. I know what I saw and heard. It's not out there anymore. So somebody may eventually put it out there if they were able to record it at the time. That's not my thing. I don't even know how you do all that. I just kind of react to what I can find out there that other people have, put out there. But there is a live that she did that she aired out her mama's business. And she did that. She was upset because the mom has been on the internet talking about her and her family, and she don't appreciate that. Now let's get back to the video.
I'm going to try to keep you here last minute because you almost changed your mind again. But we got our sand closet, which is all our beach stuff and camping stuff. Oh yeah, look at this shit. Let me just walk into this paradise over here. Telling you. It wait basically 3 months to move into this place and just living through hell and agony. Look at this thing. Well, that's ours. We're definitely out here. Peace and paradise. Let's make sure this wife is living this life. You living a happy life, wife, babe? You living a happy life, wife?
A happy life. You said a happy life.
You living that happy life,
Oh,
wife,
that
babe?
makes sense too.
You living that wifey life, happy life?
Happy life.
You living that happy wife life?
Oh, he's definitely living a happy life.
You living that happy life, babe? You living that happy life, wife?
I am.
You living that happy life, wife, babe?
Are you, my honeydews, gonna go and get us some internet so that we can go up and watch some television?
Go spend some more money on some more internet boxes?
Just a little bit.
All right. I'll go get it.
Thank you.
I love you.
Love you. And snacks and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, go. I'm so happy. I did like a whole live about how happy I am and how I feel like
Last chance. Diabetes all available. Go back.
Heather.
Hey, that's better.
Whoa, Dad, did you see that?
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Can you please hit the like button while you're in? I want to get the likes up. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. It helps me with the algorithm. It's free, and I'm just trying to kind of get back out there and get my content circulating. If you're not aware, I am on the road to getting 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal, and it's just going up from there. But I appreciate you and those who've recently subscribed to my channel. I thank you. We are growing over here, and I cannot do it without you. So with that being said, do y'all see the change in Rose's energy? Hell, even the baby look happier. Like the energy of like one person in the house can like really have a domino effect on the other people in the house. And because Rose wasn't happy, it just blew the whole spot up. Like it blew the whole spot up. And as her husband said, we just trying to keep Rose, we trying to keep Rose happy. She at one point wanted to leave and move away again. Like this man is just doing the absolute most with trying to keep his wife happy. Like, think about how stressful that is. And then we supposed to believe he got a job he running off to. Like, do he really got a job? Because I'm trying to figure out at what point in the day is this man at work? Because all I see him doing is trying to just keep Rose good. That's a whole job in itself. So when he going and clocking in somewhere, I don't understand. Like, I still haven't had anyone say in the chat where he works. So I guess he like, Tommy, you ain't got no job. Like, is he Tommy up in this camp? You ain't got no job. Like, is this what we dealing with? Your little friends, welcome, child. They totally they are a total mess. Yes, they are. They are, like, to say the least, they are a total mess right now. They are all smiles, excuse me, until they're not. They're smiles. Rose got her little 2-bedroom situation, so you can't tell her nothing. She trying to get her some cable going on. She didn't blew up them air mattresses, and she just she ready. She feeling good about life. Sis is feeling real good about life, and because she's feeling good about life, everyone else can kind of be like okay, but it's almost like you're on eggshells because you don't know when she's suddenly not going to be okay anymore. And like I said, this morning she was airing out the business about her mama. So she clearly wasn't okay then, but Brett wasn't around to kind of catch that smoke. He wasn't in the live. So I don't know where he was at. But yeah, she is at it with her mother again. So let's get back to this video.
Cool. Right? Mom, you want to see my magic trick?
Yeah, let's see it.
Hey, hold on.
Okay, so the one who just said, Mommy, have you seen my magic trick? I'm not sure which one what his name is, but that's the one I was just concerned about his development. But now that I think about it, he do got a whole mouthpiece situation where he wears, I haven't seen that lately, but he got some stuff where she's correcting his teeth. So maybe his speech is impacted because of the situation with his teeth. So I just thought about that because I have seen videos where he had the headgear and stuff like that. My daughter has had that before, early on in her braces journey where they had to correct her bite. She had like an underbite. So they had to correct her bite when she was maybe about 9. So she had to wear that. But even when she had that situation, like she still spoke very clearly. So I don't know. I'm just trying to make some sense of what's going on. So I don't know, but yeah, he doesn't speak, all that clearly. I personally think the race speaks more clearly than he does. I mean, that's just my opinion, but we'll get back into this video.
Whoa, that was so cool. What?
Mom, look. Take water come out this home.
Oh, that's cool. That is cool.
What?
Nothing.
It's not blocking it. Blocking the jet.
Yeah. Okay, coolest trick on 3. Go.
Dad has this trick.
You love that trick.
Those flashes out next to this guy too.
Nice, guys.
I just appeared in the water. Look,
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh,
look,
where'd he go? Oh, wait. There he is.
I just appeared. Yeah, taught him how to swim.
Nice, Ross.
I told him water is a superhero. Water is a superhero. That's funny to me.
That man will not stop throwing them kids by their neck, no matter how crazy it looks. She done already put out the allegations that he's abusive. So the last thing I think he should be doing is to be doing something that could come off as just questionable. I personally don't think that it's a good look for an adult to grab a young child by the neck and handle them like that. I don't think it's a good look. I don't think it's safe. I think some accidents, some mishaps, anything could happen. Like, I just don't think that it's appropriate. And they've already discussed it on their channel as to, like, with him doing that and what people have to say in regards to him doing that. And I don't know, y'all let me know, but I just wouldn't want to see him doing that, because I can see if something, when Rose get to spazzing again, and if she want to say that he's abusive and he does this and he does that, I can see her using that as a means as to how she said what he did when he abused a child. He picked them up this way and he did it. Like, I can see that this coming back to haunt him. I really can. So while he's stuck on just trying to keep Rose satisfied, he also need to be paying attention and thinking about how he can be protecting himself and his image, because I don't think that he's putting enough thought into that. Carol Thompson said, I honestly think Brett needs to stop that neck holding nonsense before he seriously hurt one of those kids. Holding the neck to carry the weight of the body is not safe. Like, that's what it just, where do you get that from? Like, I've been around enough men playing with boys. When I say I ain't never seen that before, not even in the movies. Like, only time I've ever seen someone handle someone by the neck is when it's a scene and it's violence. And the person is grabbing the person's neck. The man's grabbing either the woman's neck or another man's neck. But I've never seen someone doing that from being playful. I don't know. I don't like that as well. So hopefully he'll stop that. But it don't seem like he is, because they've talked about him doing it on their channel and, him saying, oh, well, it's nothing. I just do this. And he still keeps doing it. So listen, I don't know. I guess they both slow. Let's get back to the video.
Wait, look what you started. Did you hear the little girl?
Nice. It's really
He said, no, just jump in. You're unfair. Now the other kids feel like they're missing out.
I just don't want to get too wild right away. Gotta seem like everybody's relaxing.
Yeah.
But kids gotta have to
Gotta expel some of that energy.
Yeah.
So when we get in the house, we can relax.
Look at this paradise style. I got palm trees playing with my hair.
That's so insane, babe, that you're hot. Are you hot? That's crazy.
You didn't buy me some clippers, so I know I can do that.
Did you bring our clothes?
Good. I got everything, girl.
You're so extra. Wait a minute. You brought that bang, 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 bang. That I haven't had in a whole freaking month because we haven't had our own room. Bang, 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 bang.
Is that thing?
Bang. It's literally, can you believe? It's literally there.
Test that air mattress out?
No, we're going to break that air mattress in on it.
Let me find out Rose cut up out here on the internet because she was backed up. Because she just said she ain't had that thing in 30 days since they've been living in that little ass Airbnb. And we watched her wild out, cuss him out a couple of days ago. So she's saying they haven't done anything in a month. They haven't been intimate. So like, okay, was sis backed up? Is this what it looks like when she get backed up? Because 30 days, I'm sure that's a long time. And especially for her, 30 days. Now I'm like, okay, is that why she went off? It's just like, okay, she could have went and handled her business in a bathroom or something before then blowing up the spot. But I cannot with her. Like, child, let's get back to this video.
Are you eating Daddy? River, are you eating Daddy's nose? Well, I guess since Babe is taking care of Riv and he bought me some clothes, I can take a dip in the pool. So I'm actually going to have me a couple laps. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm able to do that.
Yeah, you might not, honestly, you might not go.
Yeah.
You might actually enjoy this.
Yeah.
The beaches.
No, we're like right on the beach, but the thing is you have to be prepared for the sand.
Yeah.
The sand aspect. Okay. Love you. You want a snack now? I just ordered groceries, babe. They're on their way, okay?
A cookie snack. And a favorite
You want me to get in the pool with you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Come on. My goodness.
Like our actual yard by the pool.
Babe, is that not gorgeous?
It's nice if there was no house over there.
What?
And I see you jump.
Okay, let's go. Here, babe. I hate being cold. I really hate being cold. That is beautiful.
I like more of our journey over here.
Run. Don't you hate the initial cut?
Sweet.
What?
Set, go.
You're in my lane. You literally crossed your way.
Ready, set, go.
I just saw him. He got up and started walking.
You just can't do it.
I'm back. Me. I'm back. I'm back.
I got one.
We'll see you at the time.
Woo! Big mama need a break. Nice. Good
Y'all, the Rose is happy. The Rainer Rose is happy. Welcome, Chrissy Jew. You say it's definitely going to be problems again in the near future. Watch, it always is. The way he throws the two older children is so dangerous. Watch the people around watching them. I'm sure they shaking their head like, what they do that at? Them people in Hawaii like, okay, what we don't do around here, sir. They probably scared to say something because he's bigger than everybody. But yeah, like it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. But like I said, she did her live today, and she, her energy on the live as she was talking to her mom, she was kind of pretty, calm, but she was like, just airing it out. She was, upset, feeling away towards her mom for saying some things about them on the internet. Once this video ends, I'll take you to the mom's channel and we can check that out, because a lot of people don't know that the mom has a channel, or they don't know how to find the mom's channel. But we'll go over there and I'll show the video of the mom where she's just kind of talking about her book, but she didn't reference Rose in that video. But I did take note of the comments on that video that she posted a few days ago, where people, it was someone like Rose's fans, Rosebuds, or whatever you call them. They were there in Rose's defense, talking to the mom about how they didn't think it was cool with how she treated Rose and things like that. And there were some comments that she would respond to, but for the most part, she didn't really, on her channel, from what I see, she's not giving off negative energy. So I'm curious to know, what platform did Rose see that she was bad mouthing or talking about her children on, and if maybe her mom posted something and then like took it down. So we'll go over there. This video, we got just a few more minutes over there, a few more minutes on this video, and then we'll check that one out.
That's my best. You did do superhero magic.
Great brother, Ross.
Really good.
Not great.
Yeah. Not swimming. He was not swimming a month ago.
Huh?
He was not swimming even a week ago.
So look, Grace. You also have to go like this. Water, get out my way. Get out my way. Water. Get out my way. Just like it. Right. Kick your legs while you're in the water. Get out the way. Get out the way. Let me see how you can swim. One,
Get out the way. Get out the way.
1, 2, 3, go.
Pick him up.
Good job, Grace. Look, you can go like this. You can go, get out the way, get out the way. Take a deep breath, and then do it. Like this, so I'm showing.
Come up and then well, you just go back. Okay. Where's that coming up?
Huh?
It wasn't even working. I don't like these kids. I swear.
Mom, all you have to do to teach them.
Oh, yeah? You don't want to look at me, Mom. You don't want to look.
Mom, all you do to teach him is call it. If you said,
Oh, yeah? You don't want to. You don't want to.
Mom, why you say this? You like to say yes and you can do it. And then he just moves.
Silly bud. Silly. Oh, really? Oh, really?
All right, baby. I'm gonna go chill.
So I have a question. Thank you for anyone who just joined. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the likes. Please like, share, and subscribe. Question: do you think Rose is a businesswoman? Do you think Rose is a businesswoman? Let me know your thoughts, or drop a 1 if you say yes, or a 2 in the chat if you say no. Let me know your thoughts. I personally think Rose is a businesswoman. I think Rose has her share of flaws, but at the end of the day, I think she's a businesswoman, because I think only someone who's business oriented can grow a channel to 1 million plus subscribers. So I'll start there. I posed that question because I was just, I was listening to another content creator who I follow, and she was just, giving a review on, Rose and her family, like a bunch of other people. And she said she had seen some, and I don't know, this one, I know one of my videos are kind of some of the more, up there with popular videos as of late, talking about this family. And I know in previous videos, I've made a comment of referencing Rose as a businesswoman. So this person felt like Rose isn't a businesswoman, and anyone who thinks she is just crazy. And her reason for feeling like Rose isn't a businesswoman is because of her shenanigans and her inability to get brand deals because she does the absolute most on her channel. So I disagree as far as I think that Rose can do better as far as, how she presents herself. But I say that she's a businesswoman is because Rose is the brains behind this channel and it getting to where it is in such a fast amount of time. Like, I believe they've only been really consistently like doing content for like the last year or two. Like, when they hit their 1 million subscribers, I think she talked about it, and I thought I heard her reference something of like a year or something crazy, but it's like almost like record time for someone's channel to grow that quickly. So to me, and being a content creator, it's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes when you choose to want to operate a YouTube channel and present content. Like, you have to have your ideas, you got to have the energy. It's a lot. So me over here, just a smaller YouTuber who's just been added, I've been doing, videos for a couple of years now. I'm still on my road to 1,000 subscribers, but I've changed my focus on what type of content that I do on this channel a few times. So you have to factor in the consistency for that I've had when it has come to YouTube as far as like the type of content. But Rose, it seems like, has consistently had her channel being about like her family and things like that. So that's been her niche, and she's been able to grow and develop a fan base. So with that being said, she has that challenge of having to come up with ideas. Okay, what type of things would people want to see? What type of behaviors? What are behaviors? Would they kind of what type of behaviors would get a rise out of people? And when I talk about, is Rose a businesswoman, keep in mind, I'm not talking about the quality, because somebody can operate a business but not do a good job at where you can say, okay, well, they can do better, but they got some money coming in, but they can do better. So I'm not talking about the quality of businesswoman she is, but the question is she a businesswoman? She mentioned on another channel that I saw that she had some deals and some branding with some other companies, and she named maybe about 3 or 4 of them, but the one name that I did recognize was Temu. She said that she has some deals and things going on with them. So my thing is that she has some things going on with some brands that many of us may not have been aware of. Now, I've seen her do some modeling of some clothes and things. So I don't know as far as with Temu, if maybe some clothes that she's worn has been affiliated with Temu. But I feel like Rose is a businesswoman. She's probably not the most professional businesswoman, but YouTube, when you operate a channel, that is your business. Like, she makes money from this. She's shown her books on, like, if there was a video like about a couple of months when she was in Arizona, right before they left to go to Hawaii for vacation, she showed her finances. She actually showed like multiple accounts and the monies that she had sitting in those accounts. And she showed that money by the month. So you can see for January what her money looked like, February, March, like literally she showed it. That right there shows she is a businesswoman. Her channel is her business. She's a businesswoman. The quality of her business, that's a separate conversation. But at the end of the day, she's still a businesswoman. Carol Thompson said, no, she doesn't act responsible. I think people like her ghetto sexual energy, and so they like and subscribe. Okay. Libra Senate said they just going to stay in Hawaii for a year, but no house or stability. She travels a lot like a Sagittarius. So I have a good friend that's a Sagittarius, and yes, he loves to get his travel in. He's in LA right now. So that's pretty much probably the only Sagittarius that I kind of am close to where I know how they move. I have an aunt that's a Sagittarius and she doesn't travel a lot, but my good friend, he does travel a lot. So that's funny you say that, Libra. So let's get back to the video. We only have a little bit left to go.
Hello there, twins. Thing 1 and thing 2.
I'm not your boy here.
Hello. Hello. Are you happy to see Mama? Shall we call this video quits?
You want to call it quits?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good though. We moved in. I'm getting tired from all this moving.
Yeah, me too.
Sleeping in the lamp. I should show them all this beautifulness.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I think I showed them. Let me show you guys the pool area a bit. But
Those little cabanas are real nice. These little huts.
yeah, they are. So I'll show you guys the pool, and then Babe's gonna go and get our Wi-Fi all set up so that the boys can watch TV tonight. We go upstairs. We're having some groceries delivered right now. I'm gonna cook dinner, and Babe and I are gonna relax an hour. And that's it. Okay, River. This here, it's just a couple of just relaxed, chill areas. This one isn't used, but this is another little hut barbecue area. Oops. Going to the gym. What are you doing?
So the rose is budding. The rose is happy today. Well, let me just say, this video was probably now 2 days ago. So remember I said today, this morning, she was with the shits this morning. So y'all think Brett felt that when he came home from whatever mystery job that he may have, because mama had pissed her off. So I want to, just let me know how long y'all think Rose gonna keep her stuff together before she be back snapping. Like, let me know how long y'all think this gonna be. It looks like they're in a beautiful place, a lot of amenities. The kids can swim. Hell, they stay in the pool. Them kids swim like fish, so that's good. They definitely know how to swim. Rose got her gym, she can de-stress. So hopefully, she'll be able to kind of keep it together for a long amount of time. School's about to start up. She talked about on another live, her father offering to take the boys for the rest of the summer, I guess until school starts. And I think she said school starts August 5th or something like that. And so she talked about sending the boys to their granddad. So we'll see if that takes place. But let's see how long Rose can keep it together, because right now with the mom being out here now on the internet and being on YouTube, I don't know how that's going to work for Rose's mental health if they start battling just airing out business, because who knows if the mom came to see that live from earlier when Rose was airing out the business, talking about how she also used to dance with her daughter, which is Rose's older sister. Rose is saying her mother used to dance with her sister. I don't know, they had like a little duo type set. I don't know. But Rose was like, I'm not the first one in the family to dance. So let's just be clear about that. Victoria Hall said, welcome. You said she also lost the baby stroller at the pool. Oh, and she not lost how you lose the baby stroller? Who running around stealing baby strollers? It's too much. It's too much. So I'm sure Rose is counting down for them kids to go to school. She still will have the little baby to care for. He looked like he's seeing better days, because he had been teething and crying on, a lot of the lives lately. But today he kept it together. So that's good. That's good for any parent's nerves. But listen, you just don't know with Rose. So I want to jump over to show you all the mom's YouTube channel, because mom is out here trying to create a name for herself. So we can't be mad at her. Like, she like, listen, Rose, if you can do it, I can do it. I created you. So maybe they need to see where she get it from. She get it from her mama, So this is a video, and we can watch this one together with Rose, mom, Janarda. Her name is Janarda. That's how you pronounce it. So she is a real estate broker in Los Angeles. And yes, so we're going to get into this little video as she kind of shares whatever, and just kind of peep the energy and, form your opinions from here, from, what do you gather from her, just from this video.
All right. Okay, so basically I'm a part of a book club here, and what this topic is about is the challenges and wins of telling your story. So we're going to talk about that, okay? So I just want to introduce myself. My name is Janarda, for those who do not know me. I am Janarda Makeup-Sin. I am the author of Breaking Cycles, the story of breaking cycles of abuse. Breaking Cycles is a nonfiction, and it's about certain episodes of my life, not my entire life. So some of the episodes of my life.
Let me add, because I don't think she'll say it, just some background behind Rose's mom. Rose's mom claimed that she was physically abused while she was pregnant with Rose. And Rose feels like the reason why she has a toxic relationship with her mom is that her mom doesn't like her, or her mom resents her because of her being the child by the man who abused her. Like, basically, like, I don't like you because I don't like your daddy, that type of energy. So Rose feels like that's basically why her and her mom have such a poor relationship. Rose also feels like her daddy is a good man. And Rose feels like, well, based off of what her mama was doing, if, Rose alleges that her mother slept with her brother, Rose's father's oldest child, who was 17 at the time. Rose is like, well, if he beat your behind, then maybe it was warranted if you was out here doing stuff like this. So on that live that Rose removed earlier today, this is what Rose was saying. So right now we're on Rose's mom's channel as she kind of, talk about herself in her book. So I want you guys to kind of understand who Rose's mother is.
I actually am displaying in this book, well, some things that I went through as far as like domestic violence and certain periods of my life, and things that led up to that, which abuse comes in cycles sometimes, most of the time. So it could be family cycles, it could be just your own cycles. So that's kind of what the book is about. And basically, it's about the struggles of writing a nonfiction book. Another little bit about myself is, of course, I'm a lover of God, a lover of my partner, my fiance, and I'm a mother to my adult children, and I'm a friend to those who know me and who I became friends with. My occupation is I'm a real estate broker, project manager, and property manager, pretty much all things real estate. But I also have a passion. So my passion, because a passion is different than what your occupation is. My passion is helping other women, men, and children, and sharing my story and my experiences in hopes of helping someone, that might go through the similar things as I have gone through. So that's just a little bit about myself. And I know, someone that, and you may know someone that has been affected by domestic violence, or maybe you've even been affected yourself. But what this is about is the challenges and wins of telling your story. So let's talk about that. So when you're writing a nonfiction book, the challenges of that. Well, the challenges is you're opening up your life. You're opening up yourself. And for me, I'm a private person a little bit. So I don't have a lot of friends.
Question. Rose mentioned well, Rose's mother, Janara. Her name is Janara. This is Rose from Queen of Kings' mother. She talked about being abused. She didn't say who she was abused by. Rose says she was abused by her father. Rose, earlier this week, or let me see. Yeah, earlier this week when Rose got on the internet and just spazzed out, she talked about her husband, Brett, being abusive. Do you all believe that Rose would stay in an abusive relationship? So I asked that question because her mother is here talking about her history being in an abusive relationship. A lot of times when women grew up in households where they saw abuse, they get into relationships and they themselves endure abuse. You see, it's like a toxic routine. Like that's what they witness. So it's like, okay, well, this is just what men do. Men that love you do this. There's some rationalization that it's okay. And Rose put out there that he's abusive, that he put a hole in the wall. And she said he did that in their house in Arizona. She didn't talk about why he did it, but she said he did it. And she said that part was true when she was on the live a couple of days ago and trying to clear up things and saying what was true versus what was not. Someone asked her about him putting a hole in the wall, and her words were, well, I'm not going to come out here and lie about everything. So that had me to kind of pause, because you said lie about everything. So that means you started lying about some things. But she was like, the part about him punching a hole in the wall, that is true. She said he punched a hole in the wall. When she was cussing him out earlier this week, she talked about how he told her his past relationships never worked because of the abuse. They were, there was abuse. He was abusive in a relationship. Those were Rose's words. So we're seeing the mom talk about what her history is like. So now I want us to think about, what is it that Rose may be tolerating that she probably shouldn't as a result of just what she witnessed. So let's get back in. Well, let's get into, I'll look at some comments first before we get back into the video, because the video is not that long. Victoria Hall said, yes. Angie Williams said, Rose is staying in it for her content and money. I agree. That's why I say I think she's a businesswoman. I'm not saying she's the world's best businesswoman, but Rose is a businesswoman. She's operating from a mindset of a business. She's not paying attention to like, okay, the quality of my mental health, the quality of my kid. She ain't paying attention to none of that. Rose is looking at them clicks and views, what's coming in this bank account, and she's moving accordingly. All else is just falling to the side. She's like, oh, well, I'll deal with that later. But right now, we about to get this coin. That's what I believe Rose is on. Michelle's. Nothing about his attitude or behavior says abuse to me. I don't pick that up either. But she said, she threw that out there, and she said he put a hole in the wall. So here's the thing. A lot of times, and how many of us have heard people talk about abuse at the hands of somebody who we thought we knew, and we didn't really pick up any signs coming from them that was happening. Sometimes we'll see signs and be like, oh, I can see that. But then there's those times where we're like, wow, I would have never thought that was happening. So a lot of times you really don't know. But I agree, like, I don't really look at him and pick up abuse taking place. But at the same time, when Rose spazzed out earlier this week, I don't think she was lying at all about any of those stories she was telling. That's just my opinion. Victoria Hall says she is an emotionally damaged person. I agree. Victoria Hall said, in codependency. I agree with that. I think there's codependency coming from both. I think that his codependency primarily comes from I think he's gotten used to just a level of comfort from the financial standpoint, because Rose is the brains behind their brand. Yes, it's both of their business, but he understands that Rose is the brain behind their brand. He's talked about it. He says Rose is the one who elevates it. Like, he acknowledges that even though he's helped out, he's there with content, whatever, he acknowledges that this is all because of the idea that his wife had, like her vision. As I always say on this channel, like, everything starts in the mind. We get the idea in our mind, it starts there, and then we bring it to life. Rose had this idea in her mind. And then he helped her bring it to life. But it started with this idea because the Q&A that she did with her mother-in-law, I showed on my last live, she told his mother I had to make him do YouTube. He did not want to do it because he's kind of quiet. He like low key. He wasn't trying to be out on the internet all like that. But her words was, I made him do it. So now that he's in it, he's seeing like, wow, we're making good money from this. So therefore, the codependency is like, even though she do the absolute most, we got these checks coming in, and these checks are coming in because of Rose and her these ideas that she has. They're coming in. I'm helping out, but we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Rose and her pushing me to get in front of this camera and getting our kids in front of this camera. So their whole family is the brand, but it started with Rose. Michelle says she makes him think he is in the wrong all the time. She is wrong most of the time. That's usually how it be. The one who be wrong all the time is the one who try to play mind games with the other person. So that's why you got to know better to not, let somebody just gaslight you, because when somebody recognizes that your self-esteem is not where it should be, they will take advantage of that. And I always say, if you know who you are, can't no one else come along and tell you who you are or tell you otherwise, because you already know who you are. Somebody can only come along and try to tell you and convince you that you're something else if you never knew who you were to begin with. So Brett right now, to me, he moves like his self-esteem isn't where it should be. And like in that when she got with him, it wasn't where it needed to be. Why? I don't know. Maybe as I continue to review their channel, some things will surface. But his mom talked about he was just kind of like this quiet, he's a middle child. So if anybody knows about a lot of times that notions that comes along with a middle child, the middle child is typically probably the more reserved one. I have 3 children, so my middle child is he's more of kind of like that quiet one. I don't really hear a whole lot much from him. So I feel like a middle child can kind of get lost, lost in it in the mix, because you got the older child that and then you got the younger one. So that middle one. So I don't know, maybe he moving with middle child energy. If any of you know about middle child, y'all can chime in, give your opinion on that. But just to throw that out there, his mother said he's the middle child. Brett has 2 brothers. Angie Williams said they pretend to be the greatest family on camera, but off cam, they hate each other. I can agree with that. Then she had the nerve to say we be over here respecting each other. Like, girl, okay, show me what disrespect looked like, because on her live I reviewed last couple of days ago, she said she was like, yeah, we respect each other. And he agreed. I said, oh, okay, yeah, y'all 2 nuts deserve each other. Victoria said passive aggressive. I agree. Michelle said he's like an accomplice. Yes, I can agree with that too. Victoria Hall says she is a puppeteer. Yes. Tanae, welcome. It started to get really weird. Girl, it's being weird. But yes, I felt like after they had that blow up when she cussed him out, I'm like, it's going to be interesting to see the type of energy she come back with, because my thoughts was she's going to have to do damage control, because she wouldn't be able to just skirt over what happened. And what they did, they just came back on camera like nothing ever happened, all lovey-dovey, kissing on each other, and so it just lets me know that he's with the shits too. Like they're both here with the nonsense. Like they both are with the nonsense, and it's unfortunate, so he's not innocent, because he's a grown man. I think he's 37. I think I came across a video where she, was celebrating him for his birthday. So he's like 37 and she's 29. Her birthday is in December, so she's about to be 30. And, right now she planning to do a mommy makeover, get some work done on her body. So y'all, let's see what kind of energy that's going to come with, because you really ain't going to be able to tell her nothing when she get that body done. Michelle said, agree, Victoria Hall. Angie Williams says she exposed how they really act off camera on that live the other day. Exactly. Like there's no undoing that. And now mama's on the scene. So mama's like, listen, I think it's a matter of time. I think we're going to be seeing kind of some YouTube wars between her and her mom, especially after that live today. If the mom, because I think as she was doing the live, she was talking as though like, Mom, I know you watching this. So the stuff that she was saying about the mom, I would really find it hard to believe for the mom to not jump on her own platform to defend herself, because Rose was saying some really crazy stuff. Whether or not it's true or not, I don't know. But Rose was just putting out there a lot of negative things about the mom. And from what I've come to see about this woman, Janara, and the energy they have, she says that Rose lies. I can see her wanting to try to clear her name because it was some real heinous allegations that Rose was putting out there about this woman who is her mom. Like, and it's just like, wow, word for real. Like, I don't know if it's true or not, but the way Rose was kicking it, like, it was like, no, y'all, I'm finna tell y'all the real deal. So, I mean, I feel like the mom should come out here and defend herself. If she got her own platform, because if Rose can do it on her platform, I feel like it's only fair for her to be able to defend herself on hers as well. She doesn't have a large following, so I don't know if she would want to get onto someone else's platform who does and do maybe an interview. I don't know, but I just feel like she's going to be speaking more, and Rose isn't going to like that. And then when the Rose get fluttered, we all know what happens. It goes down. Desiree 66 Martinez, welcome. What is a divestor? I've heard other channels call her that. So a divestor is someone who does not date within their community. So say a Black woman who claims to be a divestor, she will not date another Black man. She's completely removed from Black men. She date white men, and she just don't want any parts of, really, for the most part, just even the Black community. Like, she's just completely kind of removed and was like, I'm done with that community. I'm over here with this community. I'm over here with Brad. A lot of, Black people refer to the white man as Brad. So I'm over here with Brad. You can have Dewan, the Black man. You can have him, but I'm just about the white man, about the zaddy. So that is what a divestor. So you do have a lot of women out here who have divested, meaning they have left the Black community when it comes to the dating. And some of them have even left the Black community when it just comes from just anything dealing with Black people. They're like, I want no parts of Black people. So that's what a divestor is. Victoria Hall, there is no value of each other. No. Victoria Hall said he allows it, she allows it, a toxic mess, a whole entire toxic mess. Doja Cat says Rose isn't a divestor. So here's the thing. Was listening to. So remember, I talked about a content creator I was listening to earlier who felt like Rose wasn't a businesswoman. This particular woman I was listening to, I'll tell you her channel. Her channel is, I think, The Soft Life. Her name is Leandria. So if you look, I'll go on YouTube, Leandria or Leandria TV. But I think her new channel name is called Soft Life. And she's a divestor. And she says Rose isn't a divestor. And the reason why she says that Rose is not a divestor is because Rose still will dip and dab with Black men. She's not completely removed from Black men. She's married to a white man right now, but she still basically protects, dates, messes around with Black men. So she just married to a white man, but she'll, dibble and dabble with other, Black men as well. Also, this person said she's not a divestor, she's a swirler, and that the difference between the two is that a swirler will be with a white man who acts Black, who takes on a Black persona, whereas a divestor, they will be with a white man who's just a white man in every way. He's not trying to mimic any behaviors of a Black man. So you have this play on words of divestor versus swirler. So today, when I was listening to her, it was my first time ever hearing someone kind of distinguish the difference between the two, if that makes sense. So basically, she's saying Rose isn't completely removed from the Black community. She's married to a white man, but listen, she'll give it up to a Black man. Like, she's not done with the Black man at all. A divestor is like, listen, you can have all of them. I don't want no parts of the Black man. Mama Joe 123 says, yeah, she exposed Brett. She says she knows what he did in Vegas with a man. Wow. So I hadn't come across anything with that. I know Rose was trying to drop some more tea on her mom earlier today, that on the live that she removed about her mom. And to me, I got the impression she was trying to insinuate her mama having some same-sex relations. but she didn't go into it. But I can't remember the exact wording she said, but to me, it gave me the impression that she was alluding to her mama, playing in the community, and her mom is right now currently engaged to a man. Cooking with Kiki plus mukbangs and vlogs. Welcome. She has no respect for him. Nah, but let her tell it. She got all the respect in the world for Zaddy, for her man, my man, my man, my man. Have y'all heard her say that? Rose is a trip. My man, my man, my man. Listen, Rose says she over there loving on that man, respecting on that man. That is her savior. And y'all need to stay out of his DMs because she do be checking his messages on Facebook. Desiree says, oh, okay. In your opinion, is she one? In my opinion, no, because she's still like, there was a video out there that she was hanging all over a black man. And I think this video was right around the time, when it was, I think when Brett was in Arizona getting their things. So do you all remember when Brett went to Arizona and he was supposed to be like cleaning out the house and getting everything together for the Airbnb and bringing back their items? Because remember, they were on vacation and she decided to never leave. So he left to go back to Arizona to kind of close out their affairs and take care of business. So he was gone for maybe like 3 weeks. So while he was gone, she cut her hair. And then there was a video where she was hanging all over this black guy. So I recently, earlier this week, when I was just researching her, came across that video. So, but she was just hanging all over him. So I don't know. I think I heard it. I don't know if she was referring to him as her bestie. I don't know. But a divester, you wouldn't see her doing all that with a black man. No. So I'm going to say no, she's not a divester. I would probably say yes, probably the swirler, where she's more so like, listen, kind of whoever she want to give it to, she'll give it to. And I've heard her kind of speak on as though she's done with the black man and stuff like that. But from how she moves and how she speaks, I'm not convinced of that. I think right now her season is just with a white man right now. But I think she'll dip and dab, with a black man. Would she marry one? I don't know. But yeah, I would put her more so in the swirler category and not a divester. Desiree said, thank you for answering me. I love your channel. Thank you, Desiree. So Rebecca Dowd said, I honestly believe she is lying. You have dirt on Brett and your mom, but not on you. She clearly playing innocent and victim. Honestly, she is deceitful. And if you worked stripper, you're a manipulative. I mean, I can agree. I think I agree with everything you're saying, and I believe what they say. Two things can be true at the same time. She's airing out everybody dirt, but I'm also going to say that the dirt that, say, her husband was airing out on her when they were arguing is true too. So I think that when she cussed him out, she was having a real moment with spilling the tea regarding his condition, because really when they were arguing, I didn't hear either one of them. Like, they both were arguing. She had the phone so you could hear her more clearly, but you can kind of hear in the background. And when she was saying those things about him, I did not one time hear him deny those things that she was saying about him. In particular, when she talked about you was sleeping in somebody's basement on the mattress and all that. I didn't hear him in the background saying the lies you tell. What the hell? Wait a minute. Hold up, B. You lying. Like, I didn't hear him say that at all. And then when he was in the background talking about, well, when you was working at the strip club, I was the bouncer and you would call me on the stage and you would have me and she wasn't saying, Brett, now stop lying. Like, neither one of them were saying the other one was lying. They both were just trying to overtalk one another. So, but nobody was saying you're lying. So I feel like that was the most real moment on that channel to date. Like, if looking at all of their content, that was to me the real moment. And it was so much passion in it. And there was one point when he got up to try to grab the phone. And I'm trying to think at what moment was it when he got up to be like, okay, B, like, you doing the most now. She started talking. I mean, it's so much content I've been looking at for them. But there was a moment that had him get up and walk over to try to like take her phone. And she got up and kind of walked away. But she was literally like airing it out. She was like telling all the business. Michelle said, yep, the best friend. Victoria Hall said Brett is her workhorse. Listen, he a big old man too, like, and he be operating like that too, like he'd hired help. It's just not a good look, not masculine at all. Victoria Hall, she cycles and will continue to, right? Let's get back to her mom's video. We'll come back to these comments because it's not that long, but I just want you guys to pick up the energy from her mom. They got into it. They went back and forth. Coming, you know, the energy she's giving off in this video, you know, it's just like, you know, sweet vibes. But Rose, to me, give off sweet vibes too when she not wilding. So, I mean, I just think they both probably got their issues, but they can kind of turn it on and off when they need to. What do you say? They're both charismatic. Maybe is that the word we use that maybe, you know, these ladies both have in common. They're beautiful ladies, so they can kind of reel you in with their looks. You know, how many of us know toxic people that, you know, they're beautiful people and people gravitate to them, but they're not the best people. So, you know, we might be seeing something like that playing out here.
And I don't, you know, tell my business a lot and stuff like that. So even while I was going through different episodes of my life, I was very private about those things. Everybody only knew, you know, oh, there's Janard, happy Janard. Oh, she has a nice house. She's throwing a get together at Christmas and stuff like that. So they never knew some of the things that I actually went through personally. So for me to open up and tell things about my life was extremely challenging. And it was also challenging, like I said, for one, because I'm not secretive, but I'm very private. For two is people that are involved. So I have to protect those who are involved in my story. You know, I still love my certain people that play different positions. And then those who I don't have love for anymore, I also have forgiven. So at the same time, writing a nonfiction story and a story about your life, you actually have to open up yourself, but you have to protect those that are involved. So it was challenging for me. And it was really challenging because when I first started writing my book, the very first time I wrote my book was all the way back in 2011. And in 2011, I wrote it, and I don't know if I was 100% prepared to write the book.
Are any of you interested in what the mama has to say in her book? She already done redone it twice. So I wonder if Rose gonna make her go back out there and redo that thing a third time. Because when she told Rose that she had the book out there, Rose was like, oh God, let me end this live. And she's like, no, you know, you're in it. It's just, you know, it's good things or whatever. But after all of this that has happened with them, let me take that back. She did say that after this one, she was going to come up with like 3 more books and she was going to have a series. So Rose probably going to have she probably going to make a series just for Rose by herself. What y'all think? Because she did say that she was going to create a series. So it was going to kind of be a continuation from the book. So I believe that, yeah, she's going to end up inserting details about her children, about Rose in future books. And here's the thing, if this is her story, she has the right to tell her story, just like Rose has the right to tell her story. So it's just going to be just a bad situation because I don't see this woman from here on out just speaking highly of Rose going forward. And it's just going to be a matter of time, I believe, that she's probably going to be on somebody's platform interviewing, talking about Rose, or she may just on her own channel just spill the tea because she did tell Rose that she wasn't going to be trying to, you know, be on some hate train talking bad about her. But again, that was before they got into it. And that was before Rose said that she used to strip with her daughter. And that was before Rose said that she slept with her brother / Janard's stepson. Rose said a lot this morning. She was on one, like in the words of Drake, like she could have been playing Drake in the background on one because Rose was sitting in her robe, holding her little baby, just spilling all the tea and was like, yes, and what? Yes, I'm out here telling it, but the video is no longer up.
And I was asking people, should I write this book? Should I put it out? And everybody, I was managing my daughter's career at the time. So everyone was like, I don't think that would be a good idea. Maybe not, you know. So I still wrote it. And then I ended up losing my book actually in storage. I went to Atlanta, left my stuff there, and I lost my book in storage. So I said, okay, that was a little discouraging, but I said, forget the book right now. Maybe it's just not time. So then I picked it up again. It was just like something that always was on my mind. I even had dreams and visions about it. And I feel like those visions was from God. Sometimes it's good to tell your story because it can help others.
I think if she were to come out with another book and she promoted that she talks about Rose a lot, I think that that book would do very well because Rose is so popular. And with people knowing the background, like with the toxicity between their relationship, I think people would be interested in reading what she has to say about Rose and learning about how Rose was as a child. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that it would become a bestseller if she wrote a book and she focused on her experience raising her children in particular? Because Rose is one of 6 of her children. Her mother has 6 kids. Rose has 2 older brothers that have a different father. And then there's Rose, and then I guess 2 sisters underneath her. So Rose is number 3 in line. So if Rose is number 3, she has 3 sisters underneath her because there are 6 kids. She has 2 sisters underneath her because actually her father has a son with this woman. So Rose has 2 sisters and 3 brothers. One brother she shared the same father with. The other 2 brothers have a different father. Y'all, I'm trying to keep this up because Daddy got 16 kids. That's all y'all need to know. Papa got 16 kids, but he a bishop now, standing at the pulpit at the church. So listen, that's all I got. Let me read these comments before I get back to the video. Michelle said, the mama is wild too. Why else is she appearing on social media on Rose coattails? She wants her moments too. Yes, I agree. Cooking with Kiki said, hate when she says that. Wow. Michelle said, wow, her story has this platform because of Rose. And now she is coming for her daughter. What mother does this? A clout chaser? That's what Rose, that's somebody who's just seeking attention. And she's like, well, hell, my daughter over here, she got all this going on. Mind you, Rose said this woman cussed her. I don't know when you guys join. I'll try to, repeat some of the things I've been saying throughout this live for those who are just now coming in. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you. I'm growing. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'm growing. I appreciate you all. And I'm happy for each and every one of you for being over here with me tonight because you can be any place else. But what was I going to say? Rose, what did Rose say? Lost my train of thought, but let me read this comment. Her story is wow. And now she's coming for her daughter. What mother does this? Yes, I think that Rose and her mom likes attention. And Rose made a comment earlier on her live today saying her mama is 55 years old. So that's a young mama. So let me get my calculator out and see what we're talking about as far as with an age difference. So Rose mama is 26 years older than her. Rose mom had her at 26, but remember Rose is number 3. So Rose mom likely, started having kids, at a young age, just like Rose did, because Rose had her first son at 20. She said she got pregnant at 19 and had her first son at 20. She had 2 children by her first husband. So the impression I get is that Rose and her mom both are attention seekers. They like attention, like they thrive off of that. And what we see is just 2 people who are very similar, who have narcissistic characteristics, behaviors, whatever you want to call it. They clash because they're alike. And mom is only 55. She looks good. So she's like, listen, I'm out here still trying to get it in. You 29. But mom is just not, she's like, it seemed like she's just never been that one to just be trying to sit down and just be in a mommy type state where she wasn't about sitting at home rocking no babies. Because let Rose tell her. Rose said that she didn't raise none of her kids, none of the 6 kids. Mama said that's a whole lie. Rose said, no, you did not raise your kids. And she said she was bounced around between Ohio and California, between being with her father and being with her. But she was like, no, you didn't raise none of your kids and you do not have really a good relationship with any of the kids. And so the mom was like, that's a lie. So listen, we got 3 sides to every story, your side, their side, and the truth. So these 2 ladies don't agree really on anything. The only thing I see that they agree on is probably their looks. They agree that they look alike, but I think it stops there. Victoria Hall says, yes, she was chic. Michelle said, that's messed up in my mind, kind of explain her daughter's lifelong trauma. Yes, I agree. Her mom don't give off like mommy, y'all ever seen the movie Mommy Dearest? I was about to say Mommy Dearest behaviors. Rose didn't say nothing about her mama putting her hands on her, but Rose just was like, she just wasn't a tentative mom, like an affectionate mom. It just seems like her mama was just somebody who birthed her. Like Rose have talked about, not getting the hugs and kisses from her mom, the touch and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people out, that can relate to that, where they didn't get that, the affection and things like that from their parent. And so there's that disconnect because of that. But Rose really believes that the reason why her and her mom are disconnected is because of the how the mom feels about her father. So Rose feels like she's getting the brunt of that. Because you don't like my daddy, you hate my daddy, you don't like me. And the mom hasn't, she doesn't feel like that's the case or whatever. She says she loves Rose, she loves all her kids, but that's how Rose feels. So let's get back to the video, and I'll get back to the comments in a few.
So I went on and decided to write it again, and that was a few years ago. But what I noticed this time when I was writing the book, I was extremely passionate. Like I was writing it, and I was crying while I was writing it. So I started to notice like I literally wrote the book one day, and I had to get up, walk away, and say, I'm done. I can't do this no more today. Because what I realized is that in writing the book, it was actually healing. So I was healing myself while I was writing the book, and it was like I was letting all of that go. And I was like, wow. As I was writing it, I was like, I've been through all of that. Like that's extremely a lot for somebody so young to go through, So I think that it actually was a wake-up call. And so that was very challenging for me. And I said, I don't know if I want to write this book. So I gave it a break a couple days, and then I started writing it again. Well, the first time I wrote it, and I actually released it. It was really not the time to release it. I think I released it. I wrote it in too much passion. Sometimes you have to write something, and then you have to go back in and you have to rewrite it. So I just wrote it and put it out. And then after I read it, I realized, I really shouldn't have wrote it that way. So although everyone said I did a great job and I had a lot of great reviews and everything, I wasn't 100% happy with it because it was written in too much emotions, basically. So I said, you know what, I gotta go back in and change it. Now, another thing that was challenging is that the people that were involved, when they read the book, they were like, oh my God, I can't believe you wrote this book. I mean, I had a lot of backlash about it. And reality was, I really did not write the book for anyone but myself and for the other women that may have been going through the same thing as me. I didn't think too much about other people, although one of the challenges is that, like I said, it's people involved.
So earlier, when Rose was on her live, she talked about the abuse that her mom endured. And she said that her father was a good man. She feels like her father is a good man. And she also said that she can understand why her daddy was physically abusive to her mother, because from what she says, her mother slept with his son. So this woman, she's talking about the abuse that she endured. And to me, it sounded like this abuse came at the hands of one person, but I don't know in her book if she's going to talk about, being abused by multiple people. But it has been confirmed that Rose's father was physically abusive towards her while she was pregnant with Rose. So with knowing this, who knows as far as within this book, what all she says, but she did tell Rose, you're in the book, but it wasn't anything bad. So maybe she just referenced Rose as one of her children. but her words was, it's nothing bad. But remember, she just told Rose that. Rose don't know, because it seemed like Rose remembered the original book that she had. Rose didn't know that she had re-put out the second one until when they just were on a live stream, and she just did this shameless plug on Rose's platform and said, oh, I got a book, and start saying it or whatever. And she told Rose that she just kind of redid the first book. So I don't know if Rose read that first book. I'm going to think she did, she read the first book, but I don't know. But she told Rose, I just redid the second book. So Rose don't even know what's in book number 2, y'all. She don't know. She don't know what's in that book. And like I said, Rose said her mama cussed her out at her own wedding. So who knows what she had to say about Rose in that book. Michelle said, I like to subscribe. Good energy here. Thank you very much. Veronica Fair says, I'm still here going for a swim. I have you playing on my office computer. I appreciate you, love. Thank you, Veronica. Foxhole said, it's called that young mom syndrome. Yep, it's real. Veronica Fair says, get these likes up. Please get the likes up. We have 44 people watching right now. I see we have 26 likes. If you can just, get me to a good 35, I'll be appreciative. Victoria Hall, great channel. She keeps shining that light. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Veronica Fair said we need 19 more likes. 19 more likes, y'all. That's it. So Foxo says she is competition with her mom, and her mom feels like she is, if they look like in the mirror, they are super similar. Yeah, I agree. I think, the mom, I think too, the mom may view Rose is just a younger version of her. So with all the hype and the attention that Rose is getting, she's like, okay, well, that's, that's good. That's positive. That's energy for me too, because that's my daughter and we look alike. So if they loving her and they really appreciate, like, I can get that same energy too. I just got to put myself out there so they can see who I am. So I do think that she is trying to just hang on to Rose's coattail, even though she really hasn't even been in Rose's life and hasn't contributed to nothing. I don't know how old Rose was when she left her home, but Rose got married at a young age. So I'm going to say Rose hasn't been underneath, her mama's care since she probably graduated high school, because she said she got pregnant at 19, had her baby at 20. And I do know she was married. So, and I think she got divorced maybe at like 23, she said. So once Rose, it seemed like, graduated high school, Rose went, like many of us, she went and had, made a life for herself. So here it is now, her mom wants to come along and just reap the benefits of just her efforts. Rose grinded out, whether we're here for her antics or not. Rose have built a massive platform. Rose is like probably the biggest thing right now, at least within our culture on YouTube right now. Like, everyone's talking about her. Like, she's like to me, like a Kardashian of YouTube. Like, she's super popular. And I think she's only going to grow from there. So I can definitely see the mom, us hearing more from the mom as time goes on, just for her to be able to capitalize off of that. Because as we see, her mom is a businesswoman. She's a real estate broker, so she's about getting her coin too. And Rose said, her daddy has always, been a businessman as well. So that's kind of what she grew up seeing, the entrepreneurship. And that's where she gets it from, being able to kind of having a mindset of wanting to have multiple streams of income, working for herself. She says that she grew up seeing that in her father. She didn't say her mom. She said she grew up seeing that in her father. So that's where that comes from. So let's get back to the video. We're probably just about got a little bit ways to go.
I went to those people before I even released the book, and I actually asked permission. Hey, I'm writing this book. Well, I just want to give you heads up. Is it okay? I want you to look at it, make sure it looks okay. So when they actually looked at it, they said, okay, yeah, I have no problem. Write the book. Do what you got to do. And so that's what I did. But once it was released, there was a lot of backlash. Like, I didn't want nothing bad. I didn't write it in no bad, ill intentions or anything for anyone. It was really just for other people, like I said. So that was really challenging, having to go through that with people that you know in backlash, and people like, are you serious? Why would you tell, the world this or whatever, so, and then, oh, you would just write a book for money. Well, believe it or not, I didn't even really think about money at all when I wrote the book. I promise, like, after I wrote the book and people was like, oh, you're going to get rich. And I was like, get rich? It didn't even really dawn on me that authors actually, people write books for a living and are rich and like living in how I didn't do it for that. So it was kind of like the backlash of people saying that I wrote the book for money. It was 1,000.
Question, do y'all agree, do y'all believe her when she says she didn't write the book for money? And I asked this question because as I'm listening to this video, I'm thinking about the timing of like when her book, I'm not sure when the first version came out, but the second version is kind of recent. So I'm wondering if her timing with the book was because of the success of Rose and her hoping that because of Rose's popularity, it would be able to help her with pushing it and branding and things like that, if that makes sense. Because why now are you putting that book out versus before? And if this abuse took place at the hands of Rose's father, that was like a really long time ago. So I can't help but to wonder if maybe she decided to put that book out because of the popularity of her daughter, because now it's like she wanted to try to be more in Rose's life and interact and things like that. So it's just like, was this a strategic plan for her? So I just don't know, I don't know. I feel like there could have been an ulterior motive behind that with her putting that book out. So as she's saying, oh, I don't know that, because anybody who writes a book, it's going to be money come on now. People, like, if you're trying to publish a book, your goal, you want that book to be a best time seller. You want to make money off of it. Like, that comes with writing a book. It wasn't like she went to YouTube and she was like, okay, I came to YouTube, I want to tell my story. I didn't know how many people would be interested in it. No, since you wrote a book. So I don't know if I believe that. And then based off of how she interact with Rose, and I get the sense that they both are attention seekers. No, ma'am. I get the sense that you're about your money just like your daughter is. So you knew good and well how you could profit and benefit from putting your business out there. Like, come on, we're not going to do that. Let's see. Foxo says, she looks better than Rose and she likes to show Rose that. Wow. Don't let Rose hear you say that. Victoria Hall says, thought she wrote it as a form of therapy, talking about her abuse while pregnant with Rose. I don't know. Just like get the way she's attaching on to Rose lately and how, with the shenanigans, it just makes me wonder if she just had an ulterior motive all along. And Rose didn't know, because as Rose said, I just wanted to have a relationship with my mom. Like, how many of us, like, when we think about our parents and maybe we do have some toxic relationships, even though it may not be the healthiest, you still find yourself still opening yourself up to allow them into your life, just hoping that they gonna act right this time. Okay, I'm gonna invite them to the kid's birthday. I know she did the absolute most the last year, but I'm just really hoping that she or he, are gonna do better this year. And you invite them in, and then they still show their behind, and you just feeling bad because you so want to see just another side of this person. You just so want their love and acceptance, to where you just continue to open yourself up for the abuse, the disappointment, the heartache. And Rose was saying, her husband had told her that it wasn't a good idea for her to bring her mom onto her platform. But Rose said she did it anyway, is because she enjoyed having, when she normally would have private conversations with her mom, they enjoyed talking to each other. And she just wanted to, she yearns to have her mother. So when her mother, because it seemed like the reason how they got in on that live, I think they fell out on, I think the mama hit her up while she was doing a live and wanted to join in. I think it was something like that, something crazy like that. But Rose was like, I just wanted, it's like, she's like still a little girl that still wants her mom's love. And her mom is continuously disappointing her. But from what she says now, it's like she's done. Like that, she talks as though that was the last straw of her giving her mom a chance to show up for her to show up in a positive light, for her to show up as a mother to her. Like Rose is like, I'm done, no more. Like, I can't do this no more. So only time will tell if that be the case. But that is what Rose is saying. She's like, I'm done. But like I said, this is the same woman Rose said cussed her out at her own wedding. So we got to like see it to believe that one. Foxhole said 100% mother like daughter clout chasing. Victoria Hall said timing was perfect for her to clout on Rose. That's what I feel. I feel like it was timing. Yeah. Foxhole said her mom is bigger, stronger than Rose. That's why she was able to get Rose in that crazy fiasco that day. She knows how to trigger Rose. I agree. The mama was Rose is a product of her mama. So the mama is that's the queen bee. That's the queen bee. So I think Rose's mom, we all have that one person probably that can trigger us more than any other person in the world. And a lot of times it is a family member. And for women, or, a lot of times it is our mother that can be that one where anybody else, you would just lay them out or not even mess with them. But when it's your mom, it seemed like it just hit differently when you have a run-in or a argument, a fight with your mom, like, because it's your mom. It's just like I said, it's like we have sometimes these relationships where we like, I know this person isn't the best for me. They don't bring out the best for me, the best of me. They don't make me feel warm and fuzzy, but it's my mom. I still want my mom. And sometimes, regardless of the title that a person has to you, you still got to let them go. So let's get back to the video with Rose's mom. She's talking about her book and her story of abuse.
1,000% not about money, like at all. So through all of the backlash, I actually pulled the book off the shelf, like I said, and I was like, I got to give all of this a break because I wasn't prepared for negativity. I did get a lot of positive input and a lot of people saying that they are so proud of me, and women on my Facebook page that I never knew. It was strangers more than anything, like DMing me like, oh my God, you're helping me so much. I've been through this. I've been through that. I was actually consoling and talking to and counseling different women. So that was the wins. But I think that the whole part of it that was more challenging, like I said, was just dealing with people that you actually know, dealing with yourself and all of that. So now that I'm 1,000% healed, I said, I gave it a few years. I took it off the shelf, even though it kind of was still floating around. And I rewrote it all the way around. And now I'm ready. I rewrote the book and I'm super proud of it. It's everything that, that it should be. And now I'm ready for the world, to read it. So those are the challenges of writing a book that's kind of about your life, nonfiction book. And the wins is that you're helping others. You're able to release and let all of that go. My advice would be, if you ever do something like that, just be sure to, once you write it in passion, then rewrite it and get somebody to edit it, and then just make sure that you want everything to come out the way that you wrote it the first time. I would say write it a couple of times just to be sure. But so that's my story. And I want you guys all to know, go and get my book, or you can even get it on Kindle and it's actually cheaper on Kindle, or you can get the hardback, or you can even get the paperback.
And, on the comments on this video, you guys can go out there and find Janard's YouTube channel and find this video. But there were quite a bit of comments in there from Rose's followers, the Rosebuds, just getting on her and challenging her her mothering skills and just how she treats Rose. So she was, commenting to some of the people, but people aren't here for, how she interacts with Rose. And some people in the comments were saying, hey, I was, in Rose's comments as well, giving my opinion on, how she needs to do better as well. But for the most part, I've seen people just in this woman's comments saying basically like, you're not a good mom and you just shouldn't treat Rose that way. So it will be interesting to see if her recent run-in with her daughter will impact her book sales in a way in which people will not want to support it. But I don't know, because they don't really have the same fan base. So the people who may find her book may not even know who Rose is. Rose is big on YouTube, but everybody's not on YouTube. Rose is YouTube famous, but if you're not on YouTube, you're not going to know who Rose is. So I don't know, but I just feel like, it's going to make a difference, I think, with how she marketed and if she uses Rose's name in it. I think that would push people to probably want to go check it out to see, okay, what does she have to say about Rose? So let me see. Michelle said, I would focus on healing my family, not helping strangers. Helping strangers is good, but heal your home first. I agree. I agree with that one. Michelle said, that's not how a healed mother treats her daughter and grandchildren, right? It's not, but that's how she moving and operating. So let's get back to this video. We got like a minute left of it.
And it's called Breaking Cycles, the story of breaking cycles of abuse. And I will also have another two more books, but they're not going to be the same books. It's just going to be like kind of like a series. So I'm looking forward to that as well. All right. Well, thank you guys all for joining. And do you have any questions or anything? You said, yes, I did. We talked about how we was. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's fantastic. And we do have to pray for each other. Yep. I like that, Teresa. All right. Well, thank you guys all for coming on. This was my first live and I was a little unprepared, so I do appreciate your patience. All right. Have a great day. Bye.
So I want to show you some of these comments that people had on her video. So she has 272 subscribers. This video has 1.7 views, so it's definitely grown. I think I came across it like a day ago. Can't remember what the views were at, but it's grown. I think people have found, because somehow her channel came up in my recommendations. So I guess somehow she's linked to Rose because she came up in my recommendations. So let's see what the comments, and it looks like it's way more comments now too than what it was when I first found it, because it's showing 146 comments here. So this person posted a day ago and it was pinned by Janard. It says, let me see. Hopefully you guys can see it. But I'm so glad to have gotten to see you on Rose Live. I'm a mother and a grandmother, and I wanted to commend you on your book. And I also want to commend you on how calm you were on that horrible live. You kept yourself together in a harsh gathering. A lot of people would have not been able to keep themselves together. I am so sorry what you have had to endure on the internet, and I do not agree with any of what transpired. We are never to disrespect our parents and never humiliate them. I do not agree with Rose and her aggression on YouTube, as it's a horrible look for her and her family. I pray she can come to you and apologize, as well as realize her wrong, but also learn how to handle life issues. May your book flourish as well as you. So somebody said they agree. So that was a lot, I will say, when that interaction that Rose did have with her mom, she did keep her cool together. It seems like, her mom seems to be, I think earlier somebody might have said passive aggressive. She, if you listen to her, she has a very sweet, like soft spoken voice. But a lot of times people who are passive aggressive, like you got to watch them, because they're going to have like a different type of tone and energy. But you got to watch the manipulation there. So that could just be her claim to fame with how she kind of gets over and deals with people, because she tries to have this sweet, soft-spoken facade. So I'm not for sure. But based off of how Rose says her mother truly is, that's what I pick up, to where the mom just intentionally gives off a different type of energy, just to kind of throw people off as a means of, manipulation. So that's just my opinion on that, but we'll see. Let's see what else somebody else had to say. Somebody said, we go through a lot as women and we try to protect everyone no matter what. And to see your own daughter hate you for your hardship and blame you instead of her great beating bishop dad. As a mom, she will never heal if she can't honor you. Read the Bible. I get that we messed up. So did she and many others. But the first step is forgiveness and compassion. Now she want your help with disrespect. Child, please, if you really did her wrong, that's between you and God. God bless you. Hope you forgive your daughter too. Also, she won't be accountable for her behaviors. Just allow her to express herself. Don't argue with her again. Mama just hugs and prayers and calm words. Oh, I see a comment from Desiree on here. She was on our chat tonight. She says, you are absolutely a true queen. I look forward to reading your book. And please know, although your daughter told thousands of us on YouTube not to read your book, you are an inspiration to those of us who have gone through this as well. God bless you, beautiful. So let's see if she responded. Okay, this is what she said. She said, wow, thank you. I appreciate your kind words, and you're very very hurt that my daughter would do that. I literally jumped on her live one day to defend her because I was hurt for her because of all the negative backlash she was getting from people. That first day she let me join, but I guess she got upset because people were saying positive things about me in the comments. So she set me up by asking me to join a different day. I was hesitant, but I said yes. I should have not, because when I joined the next day, she set me up good. She set me up good and talked about me so bad with lies. I could barely explain or talk back. I felt like I was on trial. She didn't tell me she was going to try to publicly humiliate me. She said we were going to have a girl time and talk calmly to everyone. I was shocked and hurt, but that's the last time she will use me for ratings. I been had a book out and never asked to be on her live. So that was another lie she told. I like talking to people, especially women, to help them understand from the mistakes that I made in choosing my wrong husband and red flags of an abusive relationship and how it can affect your life, especially having kids. That's really all I wanted to do. I feel it's my purpose. You sometimes go through things in life so others don't have to go through it. Now, I do agree with that. I always wondered, how did the conversation begin for her and Rose to even start talking, and it segue into Rose asking her questions about her childhood and things like that, because I never came across, I guess, the full live to see like how they got there. So going off of what the mom's saying, it says, it's saying that was her second time doing the live with Rose. And on the first live, everything was positive and it was good comments. She's saying Rose didn't like that people were seeing her in such a good light, to where Rose wanted to bring her back and just be like, oh, okay, let's really let them see who she really is. Now, I can see that. I can see that being a setup for a play, because let's just say somebody who have treated you bad and been abusive to you, they come before you, people are seeing them like, oh, they seem like they're good people. And you be like, the hell they are. So you want to bring them back and then start bringing up some old stuff so people can see the other side to then switch their opinion. I can see that being a play. I can see Rose doing that. I can see that, because what I've picked up from Rose is that Rose likes to be in control and she's a narcissist. And I can see Rose not wanting somebody to be on her platform being looked at in a better light than herself, which is why she acts the way she does towards her husband. Rose ain't trying to have nobody else on that Queen of Kings platform winning other than her. So I can see that. I think I can see that. Now, I can also, two things can be true at the same time. I can see that Rose growing up didn't have the best interaction with her mom. But even though, say back then, if Rose didn't have the best interaction with her mom, that doesn't necessarily mean that in today's times, Rose's mom is giving off that same type of energy towards her. Think about it. We may not have the best experiences with our parents being raised, but that don't mean that in present time, we're still getting that type of experience. Sometimes we'll just still hold on to those memories of when we didn't get what we wanted to get from our parent. And Rose has talked about that she doesn't really deal with her mom a whole lot. So that lets me know her mama really ain't giving off of too much of any kind of energy really off of her in the present times prior to them having those two lives, because Rose says she don't deal with her family. So if you're not dealing with your family, then you're not getting no type of energy on that level, like, because they're not really messing with you like that. So I think Rose is in her feelings because her mom just don't even really give her any energy at all. Her mom is just living her life and letting Rose live her life. And Rose is just like, Rose wants more presence from her mom, but at the same time, she don't want people to look at her mom as though she's the best thing since sliced bread, because Rose has known that she's already put out these stories about her mom. So she knows she don't want to be looking like a whole lie. If people be like, well, Rose, you said your mama didn't do this, and that, but she's over here and she looks great. She looks amazing. So Rose like, let's talk. We need to talk about these stories, because what you not going to do is have my people, these rosebuds over here thinking you mama of the year. That's what we not going to do. And I think that's what Rose did. Rose kind of set the mom up and was like, no, I want to bring you on and I want people to hear us talk about when you wasn't the best person. You know, you might be different today, arguably, but you were not the best mom. And I want to present that to the rosebuds. And the mama didn't appreciate that, because she was like, you know, Rose didn't let it be known that that's how the conversation was going to go. So I can see that, you know, the mom feeling like she was set up in ambush, because she probably would have liked to have had a heads up. Hey, mom, I want us to get on this live and just talk about some things and talk about our history and stuff like that. And she know good and well her mama wouldn't agree to do that. She know her mama wouldn't agree to do that. So let's get into some of these comments that's on the live. I just wanted, to read some of those comments that was on that video. But, I got excited when I seen Desiree's comment on there, because I know she was in this live. I don't know if she's still here, but she was with us not that long ago. Helen Locke, welcome. You said Lil Bill didn't fall from the tree. She is her mother daughter. Neither has parental instinct. Yeah, I agree. Lil Bill. That would take me out every time. Victoria Hall says, sad but true. Both of these people are hurt, but hurt people hurt people. We can say that again. Hurt people all day. They surely do. Michelle said, who knows? Maybe they're all in on the business plan together. The drama adds to everyone's channel success. It does. It does. I don't know. I think, hell, the mama probably would like it if they were in it together, but I don't know. We'll see if, we'll just have to pay attention to see how mama's channel grow. I haven't seen anybody else on YouTube bring light to the mama's channel like I have. So maybe, because I went over there and, if this video does well, like the other ones have, maybe it'll bring, views and attention to the mom's channel. But I do feel like it is fair for the mom to be able to have her say on, what went down in their household. I think it is only fair for her to be able to have her say. So, anyone can have a YouTube channel. You, me, anybody can, it's your channel and it's there for you to speak what you believe to be your truth, So what they say, we find our tribe. So anybody that's over here, you're going to find who you connect with. So her mom, people are going to connect with the mom and be able to relate. So watch her channel. I'm sure it'll grow. She's at a couple of hundred subscribers right now. Sis might outgrow me, but we are bringing attention to the channel. So, she has her side. So we're just trying to hear her side. Victoria Hall says, right, Michelle. Just says, I believe you. Rose is dangerous. The Bible says it won't be well with Rose. Yeah. Rose is playing a dangerous game. She talks a lot on her channel about praying in God, church, so she throws that out there a lot. As I said, the Lord could protect babies and food. So I do believe that Rose is very protected. But she's just hurting. She's still in the inside. When I see her, she just looks like a little girl. Even today, when she was on her live at, earlier this afternoon, she just looked like a vulnerable little girl just trying to be an adult out here. and she's struggling with it. And she happens to also be a mother and a wife as she's navigating through all of this. And I think the worst part is the fact that she's a mother navigating through it, because she has a lot of healing. And I just feel like, her boys are just really going to be impacted by all of this, and it's going to show in their relationships with people as they grow. Helen says, sad yet true, history has a way of repeating itself. Yeah, very sad. Gisette said, yes, and narcissists will do that. Yes, you got to watch out for them narcissists. I can spot them. I say with a narcissist, how you protect yourself, for one, you have to really be aware of who you are, because the thing about a narcissist, they will come along and try to convince you that you are who they say you are. They'll do that. They will do that. So you have to know who you are, because when you know who you are, you're not going to absorb that energy, and you're going to recognize what's been presented before you. You're going to recognize that they're trying to kind of turn things around, and what you're saying about them, they're trying to turn it around to now suddenly make it about you. And it can have you questioning your whole existence. And you like, wait a damn minute. We was just talking about what you did to me. Now, how are we on with you talking about, well, when you was 10, you would, wait a minute. So you have to watch that about a narcissist, because they will do that. And I had to learn that by when I recognized some narcissistic characteristics in some people. And then, and then just researching the definition of, a narcissist, I started to see these characteristics. So it had me to know how to deal with such people, such person, when I encountered them, because I would then recognize what they're doing. That's why you have to be strong in yourself when you're dealing with one. And Brett isn't strong in himself. And like I said, I haven't figured out yet where his insecurities lies. I know he has a brother who is married, and they also have a blended family. I think it's his older brother, maybe, who married a woman who also has 2 children. That information came out during that Q&A that Rose did with her mother. I reviewed that video. That was my last live on this subject. So that probably was maybe Monday night. Y'all, child, it was like a 4-hour live, but go watch that one. It was a lot. We covered a lot, but what came out in that Q&A is that Brett did not desire to have a family, have children. Why? I'm not sure, but it didn't come out in that Q&A, but he did not want that. So Brett may have some things that, he deals with, that, his own level of insecurities. And then now he has Rose, and her energy, it's like it overpowers him. It's like he's a big man in body, but though he's a small man, because ain't no way many of us can think about our men that we know that wouldn't be dealing with that mess. We know whether he black, white, Indian, age, like we know masculine energy, they're not going to deal and tolerate what Brett tolerates. So he's a big man and big body, but it's almost like he's a small man in a big body. They both need counseling. She talked about she was going to a counselor, had therapists, but she had a therapist or something like that. But I don't know. I think she was just saying that because so many people say there's something wrong with her. Victoria Hall, generational toxicity never dealt with. Yeah, this is how it looks. Gisette said Rose was truthful on that live when she spoke that Brett is broke. YouTube is their only income, so they couldn't jeopardize their only income. That's what I say. I don't believe that he has another job. When he's not around, I don't know what he probably doing, but I don't believe he has another job. I don't. I just feel like if there was a job, there would have been mention of there being a job. And my thing with the way they get these clicks and views and be on YouTube, to me, it doesn't make sense really for him to have another job. Think about it. You got 1 million subscribers on YouTube. You're getting thousands and hundreds of thousands of clicks and views on your channel. And you got a lot of it. Like, to me, why would you need another job? Like, I don't understand why he would need to go work and punch in on somebody's clock when they're bringing in money in a manner of which she claims they are on YouTube. But even outside of a claim, you can look at the videos and if you have some type of basic understanding of how AdSense work and how you get paid on YouTube, you can pretty much kind of count their money and be like, they're doing okay to where they don't need to go clock in at somebody's job. Now, why say that he is? I don't know. I don't know if she wants to try to say he has a job so it'll look like he's carrying his weight. He's taking care of them. I don't know why, but my thing is, if this is their family channel, his job is this content creation, just like your job is. But I think she just puts in her mind this my. So I don't really think she has him to feel or believe that this channel is his too. I think she lets it be known that it's hers. Because when they did that video talking about title, we're separated, y'all, child, I think they separation lasted as long as however long it took to record that video. She made a comment saying, yes, Brett now has his own YouTube channel. So insinuating that the channel we were watching was hers. And then she's like, we're the Rosebuds. Brett, what are you going to call your people? So that lets me know that channel in her mind, this is their Queen of Kings is her channel. So if she's saying that on the live, she's telling him my. So he, listen, she over there running that big old man. She is straight running that man. And it's a sad situation. Sidhu Dumba said Rose has bipolar and unhinged. I'm not going to argue that one. Gisette said, I really think for the children's sake, you guys should unsubscribe. Rose is very emotionally abusive to her own children. How is she better than her mom? Is learned behaviors. I mean, she's not. I think that the only way that one may even be argued to say, or which she may even say how she's better than her mom, is for the simple fact that she physically has all four of her children in the home with her, because Rose argues that her mother did not have any of her children, like as though they just was all these different places. And the mama said that's a whole lie. But Rose said, nah, you didn't have none of your 6 kids. Stop lying, man. Foxhole said, that is what Rose is, a narc. And I'm not stating that lightly. I'm not saying that lightly. So let's go back over here to these comments. Let's see what else some people said. Let me see. Someone says a lot of hating started because Rose displayed some truly bizarre and worrisome behaviors in front of her older sons. She behaved extremely lewd, acted out sex positions. Oh my God. Somebody said, I made a comment about she tried to set you up. She blocked me after that. I could care less anyway. Not a fan of Rose. Wow. Someone says, my heart breaks for you. You didn't deserve that. In the future, if y'all communicate again, it would be best to have therapy. To see her praise the parent that caused your trauma and she disrespects you on top of calling you girl is not okay. You are her mother. She claimed she missed you, but didn't exactly display that. Prayers up for continuing healing. So it looks like Janard is getting more people that are coming over to show support. And someone says, Janard, like others, I saw you on your daughter's channel. I didn't see the second one, but I pray for you both. Something is seriously wrong with Rose. I came across her live and couldn't stay on because she's trying to make her dad say that you had SCX. Y'all, this is that live I was talking about. Y'all ain't crazy making stuff up. They're talking about that live that was earlier today in the early afternoon. Because she's trying to make her dad say that you had SCX with her brother. I can't. You came across as a no-nonsense kind of mother. I can truly respect that. Steer clear and keep doing you. What? I didn't see that. OMG, Rose really need help. Y'all, like she took it down. That live wasn't that long. I feel like it lasted maybe 30 minutes. I don't even think it was an hour, because by the time I started listening in, I think she had been on for maybe about 16 minutes. And then I listened in for maybe like another like 15 minutes. And it was just, it was so much she was saying. So I was just trying, mentally just remember what it was she was saying, because I knew I wanted to bring it to you all on this 6 o'clock live I had scheduled. But I was expecting to see that video still up for us to review it together, but it's not there. So I'm assuming maybe just as quick as she recorded, she probably made it private. I didn't even take note of what she even titled that video. I guess in the future I may, to take a picture or something like that of it, because I don't know what she titled it, but she was just in a pink robe sitting on the floor holding the baby and just talking, to her chat, and just, talking, just saying crazy things about her mom. And she was just like, I know, she's probably listening. Like, she wanted her mom to hear all the things that she was saying. Someone says, hi, congratulations on writing your book. I hope you are successful in all that you do. I want to let you know that YouTube has gotten a little sensitive over the years for domestic violence. It's best to abbreviate DV so they don't hit you with a community guideline issue. Blessings to you. And she says, thank you for letting me know that information about the abbreviation. I appreciate the kind words. I hope that you have a blessed and prosperous day as well. So mama is over here giving off the energy of Rose a whole lie. I am a good mother. Rose mom has said repeatedly, I was a good mother to you all. I don't know what you're talking about, Rose. And Rose was like, the lies you tell. No, you weren't. So it's just a matter of whose story, who do we want to believe? I don't know. I just feel like they both have stories, their versions of the truth. And I don't think there's a way for any of us to kind of know the real deal. We probably would have to have some third person in the family, speak and say whatever. But still, at the end of the day, we weren't there. So it really just kind of comes down to who you choose to believe. Because to me, Rose, when she talked about, Rose can come off as believable. She's with the shenanigans, but I think that she can come off as believable. But at the same time, the mom, she has a way about her too, to where she sounds like she can be believable too. So I don't know. I'm just over here just kind of sharing the receipts. So you all kind of have to make that decision on your own as to who you want to believe. I believe there's some truths coming from both sides. I believe that Rose wasn't an angel. She did demonstrate toxic behaviors growing up. But at the same time, I also believe there were some issues or reasoning behind why. And the why could definitely stem from just a dysfunctional household, witnessing abuse, a disconnection from her mom. Who knows? Maybe mom was just in a survival mindset of, okay, I got to survive. I left your dad. I got to take care of you kids. And I can't be sitting around shooting the breeze with you. I got to go out here and get this money. Who knows? Anyone who knows about single parenting, it's tough when you're doing it by yourself. And especially when finances are stretched and you're just trying to figure out how you're going to keep a roof over you and the baby's heads and food on the table. So maybe the mom was in survival mode. So she wasn't giving Rose all she needed. I haven't heard Rose talk about any abuse at the hands of the mom. It seemed like Rose's issue was more so about the mom. It seemed like being disconnected, just the disconnection there. But many of us, have a disconnection with our parents for whatever reason. But we have to just really explore the reasoning behind the disconnection, show empathy, put ourselves in the shoes of maybe our parents. Think about what their situation was at the time when they were, taking care of us, what types of challenges they had with raising, one or multiple kids, putting food on the table, roof over the head. So sometimes we have to try to just think beyond ourselves. And I think that maybe it's something that Rose and her mom both can do. They can do a better job with putting themselves in the other person's shoes. But that's going to start with them having to hear one another out. You got to hear one another out to take that in order for you to even be able to do that. Let's see. Foxo says she is literally wanting a certain type of audience she is looking for, and it ain't the wholesome, just over there and see this behavior. I'm bothered. Just said, I believe the mom did her best with what she had to work with. She even said her mom was homeless. Now, why do the viewers need to know that? Like I said, yeah, we got to think about what was the situation at the time when our parent, if we didn't connect with our mom. Okay, well, how old was our mom when she had us? Was our mom a teenager? Was she just trying to survive? Was she in an abusive situation? We have to kind of think about all of that. But at the same time, as we think about all of that, the parent have to also hear that child out as they talk about how they were impacted during those trying times. So again, it takes listening and understanding from both sides to kind of get to that better place to move on past that. And Rose and her mom haven't done that, obviously. Hey, Caribbean girl, you said, I have a video posted on my channel where Rose says she would beat her mother if she was a man. Wow. Rose has some, she got a lot of buildups. She definitely need to be sitting to land on somebody's couch like immediately, because if she has all that built up in her, it's bound to come out, and be taken out on the husband, on the children. Like, so she needs to deal with that. So hopefully we'll see her see better days, have, more healthier moments as time goes on. But yeah, she definitely needs to get help immediately. Jenny Jones says, I like the video. Thank you, Jenny. Like the video, like, share, subscribe. Thank you all. Listen, we already at 3 hours. That last one we did on Monday was like 4 hours, y'all. It was crazy. I'm just trying to get to these comments. So, because, we covered a lot, but I want to get through your comments. Jenny Jones, great commentary. I'm subscribing. Thank you, Jenny. So Jenny Jones says, Rose was cruel for putting her mom on the spot like that. Yeah, I mean, I think that it would have been best if she would have, previously let her know, hey, I asked her, can we get on live and just have a conversation and just talk some things out? I think that would have been the respectable or the respectful way of handling that, but Rose didn't do that. And I really think that Rose handled it the way she did for the sake of catching her mom off guard. So therefore, the Rosebuds can see the version of her mom that she wanted them to see, or the version of her mom that she feel like she sees. I think she felt like the version that her viewers were seeing wasn't the true, authentic version of her mom. So she was like, y'all, like, like she over here playing y'all like a fiddle. Let me get moms revved up so y'all can really see who Janard Makeupson is. Somebody made a comment earlier about the last name. I kind of paused too at the last name, because that's the last name I ain't never heard. But listen, child, she said that's her last name, Makeupson, Janard Makeupson. Foxhole, what's your educational background? So I have 4 college degrees. My most recent one I have is a master's in clinical mental health counseling. So it probably shows with how I speak. I don't really lead with that or tell people that up front, but that is my background. So that's what I have my education in. So I could be like a therapist out here for a trade if I chose to. I would just have to go and, activate my license and do whatever I need to do to, get that going in the state of Georgia. But I went to school for it. And then afterwards, y'all, I felt like my family and friends were like my patients, my clients, to where, y'all, I didn't even want to do it anymore, for a job, for a paycheck, because it can be taxing, dealing with people and assisting them, with the mental health, helping the neighbors. Like, y'all, I be diagnosing people. I listen, I stay diagnosing somebody. I walk through my days diagnosing people, because once you know the characteristics of certain mental behaviors, like when you see it, like it's textbook. So I do that a lot with people. But it can be draining, to be dealing with somebody and their issues like day in and day out. So I decided I didn't want to rely on eating, my livelihood being on dealing with somebody's issues. Like, I feel like if I just do it in my regular everyday life, I can choose when I want to do it or not. I don't have to wake up and do it, if you see what I'm saying. Because initially my path was to have my own practice. I wanted to be a family counselor, like for marriage, like that was what my path was. But now I just would rather just have more control and just do it. Just, when somebody wants to talk to me, okay, sit down and I'll talk to them. Or I come on YouTube and I talk like this. So yes, that is my background, a master's in clinical mental health counseling. So y'all, child, be over here diagnosing people. Jenny Jones, I thought Rose's mom handled it well, especially with low vindictive Rose. Yeah, she did. Oh, I see what you mean. Fox says, I read people. I knew you had that background. Yeah, that's my background. So, I come out here, I be talking, but I got some little credentials behind me. I'm married, so I'm married of 20 years. I got kids. So a lot of things I talk about, like I talk about from an experience standpoint. I'm just not out here just throwing out stuff and seeing where it stick. So I talk from just my background, my own personal experiences. So I bring that commentary here as I talk about just different topics, in particular as we're talking about Rose and her family. So I just bring in just my own personal experiences with just my family. And, as you know now, because of Foxhole, my educational background. But yes, I be over here just breaking things down, because for someone like me, with the way my brain works, I can easily kind of dissect things and I analyze things. That just comes easy for me to analyze people and things. And it's just like clear as water for somebody like me, whereas for someone else, they just see the surface of just a dysfunction. But with me, I immediately go to root cause because that's how my brain works. And then just being taught in the field of counseling, a lot of traumas and things go back to childhood. What we are seeing is just what's presenting from just something bigger. So I like to kind of deep dive into where that root came from, because it helps me to better understand what I'm seeing. And it also helps me to have empathy, sympathy, whichever the word is, for that person, because it's like, okay, I've become familiar with what your background is. And with my education and my background and my knowledge, I know of the impact that certain things and traumas that one may experience. I know how that can play out in one's life. So because of my background, like I can kind of factor that in as I'm seeing things unfold and not just judge, oh, she crazy, he crazy. I'm not that person to just put a pin on and just leave it at that. Like I'm trying to figure out, okay, what happened? Like I'm over here trying to figure out what's going on with Brett for him to be so docile and not defend himself in a way that he should as a man. There is a reason behind why he's not. I'm curious to know what that reason is. And that may eventually unfold over time at the rate that they're going, because it's only so much that he's going to be able to take before he's just going to blow up and just snap. And we can just only hope that him snapping isn't something that's really bad or that's done in a violent way. At best, we hope it's just, okay, him leaving or grabbing his kids and going somewhere else. But he got some stuff going on with him, obviously. Jenny Jones said, what quality makes someone a good therapist? I think the quality that makes somebody a good therapist is somebody who listens. The thing that I learned, a takeaway that I learned when I was in school and doing practicum, kind of like your residence type work, hands-on work, is that therapy, it has a lot to do with, before going into, school, and going into that field and learning, I didn't know that therapy was more so about giving the person something to think about. So planting those questions, like it's a lot of questions asked. It's a lot of prompting, like question asking, versus sitting and telling someone about themselves. So a good therapist is going to drop a question to you that's going to have you to really think like, okay, I never really thought about that. Like that is what a good therapist is going to do. They're not really sitting doing the talking. They're dropping those questions and sitting back and having you to answer those questions. Or they're going to try to make you feel comfortable to where you're willing to open up and answer those questions. They're going to task you to do things in between sessions, as far as like having conversations with people who maybe you have difficult relationships with. They might say, okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you, to go and have a conversation with that person, or I want you to write a letter. So those are just a couple of things that a good, therapist will do. But mainly they're good listeners, and they ask questions. They're going to ask questions. They're not just trying to give you the answer. They're asking questions and they're listening. They're doing a lot of listening. Bro Melena, welcome. You said Rose alleged today that her mother had relations with her 17-year-old stepbrother and that he currently is no longer here, given the repercussions the stepbrother faced. Yep, I was part of that same live, and it's not out there. When I went to her channel at the start of this live, I didn't see that live out there anymore. So thank you for coming on here to confirm, what I heard myself. And prior to jump on this live, I didn't see where anyone had screen recorded it. So I just kind of came out here and just talked about what she said. And I did share this story with them, but thank you for, confirming what I did, hear what Rose say earlier on her live. Misha Porter says, Bromanian, I don't believe Rose when she said it. Her mama is definitely a narc and was probably inappropriate, but SCX part sounds like exaggeration to hit below the belt. Yeah. She also, said in that live that her mama was a dancer too with her sister, with Rose's sister, older sister. So she definitely didn't paint the mom in a good light, but at this point, I don't think we expect for Rose to say anything nice about that woman. Jenny said, thank you. This is Bro Melena says that Misha Porter, she called her father on speaker to confirm, and the father did not deny. He did not affirm and he did not deny. He was like, listen, I don't even want to go back there. So to me, I took that as he confirmed it without confirming it. Y'all know how that go. You got to read between the lines. And I think he handled it that way because he knows Rose puts everything on the internet, and he doesn't want, old school, a lot of old school people ain't about that internet stuff. And he doesn't want, that on the internet. But I wonder if he's learned by now that Rose got the conversation on the internet, because she still aired him out, even if he didn't want to be on the internet. He on the internet anyway. Bro Melena said that live was up for 2 minutes. Other commenters recorded it. Okay. I hadn't found it before I started this live at 6:00. So I was like, I had to give it time for them content creators to get it together, because I don't know nothing about recording no lives. That, listen, I can come on here, hit that button and run my mouth for 3-4 hours and give my psychological analyst. That's about as deep as it gets for me. That technical stuff, I don't know. So when I didn't see it on her channel or anyone else's channel, I just kind of came and just said, whatever I heard from myself. So I'm definitely thankful for you all, who did hear it, coming in to confirm what it is that I heard, because I was like, oh my God, like when she was talking, it had me kind of back in the space of when she was cussing Brett out over the weekend and how I was clutching my invisible pearls. That's how I felt today when she was talking about the mom. That's how I felt. And I'm like, wow. Oh my God. Misha Porter said her father also did not confirm. She said he would, swore up and down he would. Yeah, but he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. He know his daughter. He knows she got a million followers. He's like, I ain't finna be caught up in y'all mess. We all know the truth. I don't need to be out here talking to your people. I ain't getting nothing from that, because he ain't he ain't getting that check that Rose getting every month, however YouTube pay on the however they paid. I'm not monetized, so I don't know. But he ain't benefiting from that. So I'm not mad at him for how he handled it. I just think there's just a dysfunction all over, and the whole family need counseling, quite honest. Misha said, he actually said Janard, the mom, is a nice woman, and ended the conversation. I heard him saying some things towards the end, but I couldn't quite fully, make it out, because I was kind of listening to Rose's live in the background as I was kind of doing some other things. But it was just so much I was trying to absorb, and I was trying to just make these mental notes of what I was hearing, because I just was just so in awe, like, of what she was saying. But I just think I'm just going to say that Rose had the experience that she had with her mother, and that was her experience. Do people change? I think people change. I think that who Rose's mother was at the time, during the time she was raising her, could very well be different she could very well be a different woman today as Janara, the real estate broker, the book author. I do think that people change. I think that Janara may very well in today's time move in a different way because, Rose today said her mother's 55. So I can see that her mama is moving with a different type of energy. She needs to be held. She's 55, right? You got to grow up sometime. So I can see that. But at the same time, I feel like Rose is like, okay, but we can't skirt over how you used to treat me. We like, even though you here today, we ain't finna forget that you just cut the food yesterday. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, Rose is not trying to just let that go. She wants her mom. It's like she wants her mom to still acknowledge that and apologize for that. And I get that. But going back to when someone had a question about counseling and a good therapist and how you know if you have a good therapist, sometimes healing, what you'll learn also in what you may learn in therapy or a good therapist may share with you is sometimes you may not ever get that apology from that person who you feel wronged you. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that. We're not going to always get the apology. And going to therapy during those sessions, just talking to someone and talking out your feelings and even writing it out, they may encourage you to write it out, can be healing. And sometimes even during those sessions, there's some forgiveness that we have to do on ourselves. Or sometimes we have to say, well, I still forgive that person, even though they've never given me an apology. I feel healed now. I forgive them because now that I feel like I've done the work of being able to release this pain that I've had in me. And a lot of times the release is just simply talking about it. Just talking about it, like that just does wonders to just be able to talk. And I think I heard Rose say that her being able to just talk about things like it helps her a lot. And you all can even try there. Some may have tried it, like sometimes just talking to someone, having somebody to talk to. And because I do what I do, I psychoanalyze things. I'm just the therapist. People who know me personally, they just want to talk to me. And even a stranger, like, y'all, I'm one of them people, I can talk to somebody for 5 minutes. Next thing you know, I'm hearing their whole life story because people will easily talk to me and just spill the tea. And I'll give them feedback and they don't know what my background is. I'm just talking to them. And then later they come to know what my background is. Like, oh, it makes sense because I don't really lead with that. Like, because even before I went to school and got my education in that, this is what I could do anyway. It's my God-given gift to be able to read and understand people. So that's how I view just my ability to do this. It's just what I do. It's just my thing. Like Rose be out there twerking. She can dance, whatever. Listen, be looking for me to bust no moves. But if you want me to break some stuff down and psychoanalyze, then that's what I do. That's my thing. So we all have our thing, and that's my thing. Gisette said, I don't believe the stepbrother's BS. She will say anything to get the focus off of Rose. Wow. Foxhole said, the best therapist I had was that understood me, gained a relationship, not a personal one, but she understood what I needed and not wanted. Their understanding of what was needed from from what you experienced. Like, yeah, they are very understanding and they're going to listen. They're understanding. They're going to, so you want a therapist who listens, like not just being there talking, but listens, and they might gonna throw a question out there and they're going to look for you to think about that and answer it. And then when you do answer it, it's going to be hit with another question. So you see, it's going to be layers because you're going to give a response. Okay. What happened with you and your mom at the party? Oh my God. I mean, she just made me so upset. Well, what do you mean by upset? I just felt anger. Like I just suddenly started boiling. Well, why do you think that is? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's layers. So by the end of the day, like, you gonna know down to the nitty gritty of like why you even felt that way when you probably didn't even think about it before to understand. But from that session, you're gonna learn then, like, oh, that's why I blew up, because it's layered. So that therapist is kind of going to, go into those layers. Misha said, Rose also said after her fight with Brett, when she gets mad, she will literally say anything Her words, not mine. And she did the same thing with Brett. I heard her say that too, but she blamed it on being a Sagittarius. But she did say she will say anything. So I think she will say anything, but at the same time, I think she was saying some truths because he showed, like I said, wasn't in the background denying nothing. Like he was taking them blows. And think about it, your average person is not going to let you just be sitting up here on Beyonce's internet just lying about them like that on that level without stepping in. Be like, why are you lying to these people? Like, girl, what? You are a whole lot like there was nobody saying you lying. It was just everybody just, between the two of them just dropping their versions of whatever is taking place in their relationship. But I didn't hear nobody saying you lying. Because remember, the mama, at least when they was going back and forth saying, Rose, you lying. Like that's a natural reaction. If you feel like somebody's lying, you say you're lying. When Rose and Brett got into it, neither one of them was saying you're lying. Think about it. If somebody lying on you, you're going to hit it with, girl, why, you lying. The lies you tell, like you're going to say that. But neither one of them, to me, from my recollection, neither one of them said that. They was just trying to overtalk one another. Bro Milena said, yes, it was very politically correct. All he said was she was climbing the ladder with roses. Yeah. CJ Lopez says, Rose is a professional victim. Hey, welcome, CJ. Misha said, great stream, by the way. I think the bottom line is Rose is a product of immature parents who grew up and now want to distance themselves from the past. But Rose as a child has not moved on. Facts. I agree with all of that. Thank you for watching the live stream. Everyone, if you're in, please like, share, and subscribe. So looks like we got 39 likes, 38 people. So I think we kind of good with our likes, but please like, share, subscribe as you come in. But I agree. I do feel like the parents are both in another place, and Rose have never left that place of where her trauma was. Like I said this on another live. It's like a lot of times when we go through trauma, it's like our growth is stunted at that moment. So if Rose went through trauma, let's just say at 12, psychologically, emotionally, like she's still stuck at 12. So she's still stuck there. So she's like, y'all may have moved on and skirted past all of this, but I haven't. And that's why in counseling, what you'll learn is sometimes you have to figure out and find a way to be able to move on it without getting that closure from somebody else. Because so often we all want closure. We want somebody to tell me why you broke up me. Tell me that, like we just naturally want closure, but we don't always get that. Sometimes it's not even possible because the person is no longer here anymore to give us that closure. So we have to find that closure on our own or somehow get that closure just from within. And sometimes, a therapist can kind of help with that. Jenny Jones said, I think Brett is docile to placate Rose so that he can ride that money train. Rose said he doesn't have the entrepreneurial mind that she does, but everyone has a limit. What is his? Right? Like, I feel like we'll eventually see his. I'm just hoping we won't see it in a violent manner, but everybody has their breaking point. He's human just like she is. And I don't think his feelings should be discounted any more than hers should. I mean, I think they should be over there acknowledging and respecting one another's feelings, but I think it's going to come a time where he's just going to be like, no, I can't do this anymore. I think eventually he will get to that place, and then she's going to be looking crazy, and it's going to be a whole debacle with them probably, going back and forth on the internet. But that's what I see to come. Hopefully it won't come to that, but at the rate that they're going, that's what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing them put up no 20-year longevity numbers like her in-law. Like, I'm not seeing that at all. Bro Milena said, yes, I agree. You have to be okay with not getting the apology. Very good point. And we still have to forgive, not necessarily re-engage, but definitely forgive. What did they say? There's a saying, you can forgive, but not forget. So that's what Rose is going to have to do. She can forgive, maybe not, not forget, but she got to learn to forgive. Bro Milena said that Jenny Jones, per comments from Direct Family, Brett has fear that Rose will expose his own shortcomings, which will make him look really bad in the public. Yeah, like clearly she ain't got a problem telling the business. Rose is just like ready, like it's just like she just like what you want, because she said she had jumped on the internet that day. She cussed him out because he challenged her and was just like, fine, get on the internet. I don't know if he thought she wasn't going to do it, but she said she did it because he challenged her by saying, you ain't going to get on the internet and say whatever. And she did. She did. Bro Milena said Brett is not comfortable with his past either. Foxo said, yes, she said she would say anything. She did a lot. Yep. Thank you. Makes sense. Thank you, Jenny. Joe Milena said, Jenny, yes, it finally made sense to me. I was wondering the same. He apparently does not have the best past and is fearful Rose will share his secrets. Like, Rose know what they say. She know all the bodies buried. Like, Rose got the tea. She know the business and she will air it out, especially for them clicks and views. So he can try to leave if he wants to, because she gonna air the whole family. She gonna tell all the business on the mama and the daddy, the brothers. Like, yes, I can see her doing all of that. And I think that, you know, he knows his wife. He knows her better than we do. We just see her on the internet. He know his wife. Jenny says at Bromania, who did his family speak to? So Garcia Mona, welcome. She said, could this be why Rose's personality is bigger than life and very attention seeking, because she wants the attention and validation she didn't receive from either parent? I would say so. I would say so, yeah. Because she said she wasn't, she said she didn't connect with anybody. She said her two older brothers, so when her parents split, so between her mom and dad, there were 6 kids. Daddy had 3 with him and her mama had 3 with her. And so the 3 that was with the mama was Rose's 2 older brothers who had a different father and Rose. She said those 2 older brothers were like this with one another. They were light skinned. They had the nice little hair and they bonded well with each other. And Rose said it was just her on her lonesome. And then her mama would always say mean things to her, say, you just like your daddy and just stuff like that. And then the siblings that were the other 3 siblings that was with the dad, you know, they were bonding with the dad. And then, of course, they're closer to one another because they were being raised around one another. So Rose says like she was just kind of like on an island by herself. Yep, she was just on an island by herself. So that definitely makes sense why we see what we see. You know, it's like she's still that young girl that's seeking attention. I see it in adults all the time. Y'all, I told you I walk around diagnosing people, and I see it in people of all ages where I've concluded that it's like they're still trying to compete with that sibling that they competed with when they were younger, and now they're grown older women and men, but they still got this competition in their mind because back when they were growing up, they felt like the other family members didn't see them because this particular family member was the one that everybody kind of praised. And now fast forward later in life, they're now like, see me, see that person wasn't smart as you thought they are, or strong as you thought they were. Look at me, look at me. Like I see it play out. I see it. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Misha Porter says very spot on at Gracia Mona 9. Rose definitely loves attention, and you can see her trying desperately to be different from her mom, but it is much more like her than she probably wants to admit. And a lot of times it be like that, like the person you got this most toxic relationship with, like you're more like them than like you care to even admit. Like it be like that. You end up taking on those very same toxic behaviors that you resent them for. And you got to check yourself when that happens. That's why I say sometimes you have to remove people from your life, you know, regardless of what the title is. Sometimes people have to deserve to be a part of your life. I don't think that anyone just automatically should be a part of your life. I think if somebody is not making you feel good, and I like to say make you feel warm and fuzzy, then you need to remove them from your life. You shouldn't have people in your life on a regular who just brings you down and makes you feel bad. No, you have to teach people how to treat you. And if they're not respected in boundaries, I'm big on boundaries. If they're not respecting the boundaries that you set, then they have to go. They have to go. You have to set boundaries. You set these boundaries early on and you let them know. And the thing about not only setting these boundaries, you got to stick to it. Meaning if they don't respect these boundaries, you got to call them out on it and say, yo, you're not respecting my boundaries. So because you're not respecting my boundaries, I can no longer have a relationship with you. I can no longer take your phone calls, respond to your text messages. when you do that, 9 times out of 10, they're going to get some act right to them, because they're going to, what they say, sometimes you got to show them. I can show you better than I can tell you. You got to show these people that you mean business, because otherwise they're going to keep continuing to just cut the food. So you got to show them. You have to definitely show them. Jenny Jones says, are you Team Rose, mom, or nobody? Right now I'm Team nobody, because I'm seeing, I believe there's truth. I believe that everybody has their truth, their version, and their perception. I believe that everyone feels like they're right in what they're saying. I believe that. I'm not Team I'm just like, I just want her to do better. I want her to get help. So I initially, when I took notice of her on the internet, maybe about 7 months ago, I was just happy to just see a beautiful young Black woman just doing well on the internet. She had a lot of shenanigans, but I just thought she was just a fun person. I felt bad for her when she would say that the people in the comments would say racial things to her. So I kind of felt sorry for her. So that's kind of how I came to know her, as I'm more of like a young Black girl who I just felt sorry for. Fast forward to today. I don't feel sorry for her anymore. I don't share that sentiment. Now I just look at her as someone who needs healing, who's sick, who has a lot of mental illness, presenting. I see a lot going on with her that I feel like she can get help with. And I feel like if she do not get help, she's going to self-destruct. So when I look at her as somebody where I want to see her win. So I just want to see her win. So I don't feel like, okay, I'm Team Rose or I'm a Rose, but I want to see her win. But I also want Brett to stand up as a man and to assert himself as well. And because there are children involved, like, I just want their whole family to win and want positive vibes for the entire family, because they have babies. They have beautiful babies. And I just don't want them to be impacted down the line and just become just messed up teenagers, young adults, because at what we're seeing, I don't see how they don't become just dysfunctional teenagers and adults. Like, from what I'm seeing play out, I don't see it. But if they still on the internet, we'll watch it play out. But I just see craziness. I don't see a lot of really structure really in the household. It's just like everybody's just doing the most because the camera is on. So it's just not a lot of order. And you need order when you're raising a family and raising children. Order is important. Bromelena and Misha said, agree. She mentioned today that's why she wanted a lot of kids. She wanted to get the love she didn't receive as a child. Yep, I remember the first person who I heard who had a lot of kids that talked about why they had a lot of kids was, you guys familiar with the singer Kiki Wyatt? She got like 12 kids or something. She's a singer. She used to be on reality TV, or she still dips and dabs in reality TV, but she's a singer. She got a lot of kids. And I heard her, maybe she probably said this probably when she only had about 7 or 8. She was with husband number 2 when I heard her say this, when I first saw her on reality TV. And I think it was called R&B Divas. And her comment was the reason why she had a lot of kids is because she wanted somebody to love her. She was in an abusive relationship too, I think, with the first husband. But she said, her children would always love her. Yeah. And I don't think that's a healthy way of thinking, for a reasoning to have children, because they are people. They're dependent upon you. So to me, it puts that dependency, like you're dependent on your child. But that was her reason for why she said she had a lot of kids, because they will always love her. Yeah. I guess she just felt like, man will hurt me, disappoint me, but my children, my babies will always love me. So that's why she said she just continued to have them. That's what she said. Garcia said, it seems that Rose is the abusive one. If you are threatening to jump on a live to expose your partner whenever you feel upset or want to extort or manipulate to get what you want, seems like abuse. Yep. I can say, she's psychological, it's from a psychological standpoint. I can see that her playing a lot of head games with him. And Brett, because he got his own insecurities and his own things, he doesn't handle it well. He deals with it. He copes, but his clearly his self-esteem is in the gutter. And I would probably take a guess that whatever he has going on with him is something too that has gotten rooted back to his childhood and what he maybe didn't receive or feel like he should have received in the household, being, the middle child, to where it's like I don't know, maybe he grew up in a household with being the middle child where he felt like he wasn't seen. He wasn't seen. He was just kind of caught up in there. Everybody else had, the older brother or the younger brother had something going on that took the attention away from him. Who knows? But there's definitely something going on with him that has him to deal with this craziness, because I do not believe the average man, I don't care how fine Rose may be, I don't think the average man would tolerate such behavior. CJ Lopez, I'm happy I caught another live. I'm happy too. I wonder if y'all come back, because Monday, listen, I did 4 hours. Right now we at 3.5. And I was so tired. And yesterday I just couldn't even bring myself to it. And I was like, well, hopefully they'll come back and visit me when I get my life in order by Thursday. Because y'all, I had to get myself all the way together yesterday. A sister was wore out. I think that last live just took me out. I hadn't done lives in a really long time. I had stepped away from YouTube. I just kind of came back to YouTube maybe like a month ago. So I have some like fitness content out there, because I'm just all about mind, body, and soul. So we need to take care of our bodies. And this, to me, I put this more of in a mental health category as we kind of break down what we see take place with Rose from Queens of Kings, because we got to take care of ourselves, mind, body, and soul. So check out some of my fitness videos as well. I do enjoy doing them. Fitness is a part of my lifestyle. So as of late, I kind of capture it on camera so you guys can see, what it is that I do as far as in my personal life to kind of take care of myself. Bro Melena said, at Chic Speaks, hats off to you on the way you are dressed, and all it is very respectful. It seems like you are team peace and what is best for every individual. Yes, every time I come out here using any content, if anyone's familiar with any of my content, when I first early on came on YouTube, I would cover celebrity content, and I'm all about peace, like whatever that looks like that's what I want, because it makes a difference. Like, who doesn't want peace in their life? Like, I promise you, you look better, you feel better. Like, it really makes a difference when you just feel like you have peace. Like, it just exudes you. So I just want all of you all to have peace. And over here, I want Rose to have peace. I want Brett to have peace, the babies, the mama, Bishop, Daddy, and I want everybody to have peace, and everybody get the healing they need. And in that healing process may not encompass everybody getting together in one room to have a discussion, or getting, on a Zoom call. You can have, electronic, cyber therapy sessions. So in case some of you don't know, like, if you can't physically get to someone to kind of sit on their couch, you can have virtual sessions. So that is a thing. So if anyone wants to explore, that is an option. But sometimes, you may get help by just having somebody who will just listen to you, who you can talk to without, going to a therapist, but just having somebody to talk to. So that makes a world of a difference a lot of times too. Misha said at Bromolania, I can tell Rose is someone with big plans, but does not have the emotional capacity to take on all the things she wants. It's sad. She is ambitious and inspiring at times, but so unhealed. I love this comment, Misha, because I agree. That's all of that wraps up how I feel about her. Like, she's so smart. She's beautiful. It's almost like she doesn't see herself the way people see her, like how she's done these great things. Like, she's very ambitious. She's always want more. And I think that Brett, when it comes to him, I don't think that she allows him to step in and to help her as much as he probably can, because she's so used to just being the one in control of everything, to where she don't know how to like accept help. And then, so he kind of just like backs away and be like, fine, like, because whatever I do, it's not right. So let me just move out of the way. And I think this shows up a lot for people who are just really super ambitious, to where they got all these ideas and all these plans, but they don't have the mental capacity or the discipline to kind of execute them, to bring them to life. And so I think she gets in her own way. And I think that if she were to seek help and get that real help that she really could afford to have, she would grow even more than what she has. But she don't realize that, because she's like, oh, well, I got 1 million followers. Like, to her, it's almost like she can't fathom even being bigger than what she is. But she can't see it. She's in her own way. How many of us have seen people like that, where they are like, literally, you see people that just are in their own way, or some of us may be in our own way. Misha said it is admirable. She wanted to redo her future with her kids, but she has to recognize her limits. She does not have the foundation for all those children. I agree. Misha said when she only has 7 or 8 only, Kiki is 2/3 of a way to entire soccer team. Yes, I said only that because hell, we had up at 12 and that was husband number 2. She just divorced husband number 3 and she had 2 with him. And then she run around with some other man, and usually everybody she get with, she give him a baby. So yes, it is crazy for me to say only, but one thing about Kiki, she ain't running around being nobody baby mama. Like, she like put a ring on it. So she definitely believe in, wifing, her up before she pop out those kids. So that makes a difference too. A lot of times with how we look at women who got a lot of kids, if whether or not they're married or not. It's like we look at the one side eye with the side eye who don't have a husband, but though the ones who are married, it's just like, oh, wow, y'all got a lot of kids. And it's just that, like, oh, they just got a big family. But the ones who aren't married, we look at it differently, because it's like when you see people producing that many kids, you want to see them have like that nuclear family, that structure and things. So Kiki has stayed, she keeps a man and a husband. Like, these men, like, they putting a ring on it. So she definitely ain't trying to just let somebody just come run through and just put these babies in her and just run off. No, that's definitely not her situation over there. Bro, Melena said, Misha Porter, yes, I'm team healing and balance. I love Rose's content at first. It was inspirational. I'm truly concerned now. I think the world is concerned. I don't know if any of you all are familiar with O'Shea Duke Jackson. He's a content creator. I think he's somewhere in another country. I can't remember where he at, but he not in the US, but Rose even made his channel, and he talks about like viral moments and stuff. And he's like a big content creator. I think he got maybe like 300 something thousand subscribers. So when I saw that he was talking about Rose, I'm like, oh Lord, this is big, because I'm seeing people who I'd never seen talk about her. So, and yeah, I think they're talking about her. And I think he was talking about her in the light of basically from the divestment standpoint of, oh, this, she praised this white man, and now she's saying that basically he trash. I didn't listen to his video. I saw his thumbnail and read the title. But yeah, it's just, I'm like, wow, like everybody is talking about Rose. So Rose, like I said, I feel like she's like a Kardashian of YouTube. Like, there's nobody's name right now, at least in the Black culture, whose name is bigger than Rose. You got your Tasha K gossip blogger, if you're familiar with her. She's huge. So in the gossip, entertainment arena, but those Rose and Tasha K are definitely 2 big names when it comes to, our culture. They're huge. And I think Rose says she doesn't even know who Tasha K is, because somebody mentioned Tasha K name to her for whatever reason. I don't know if they tried to compare and say they looked alike or something. And Rose was like, oh, I don't know who she is. She must be a beautiful woman. But it's funny though. Rose, wow, she don't know who that Tasha K is. CJ Lopez said Monday was fire. I appreciate that. Your girl was worn out, but I don't think I'd ever done a live that long, but it was so engaging. And I want to get through all the comments, y'all. I still never even saw the bottom. At least I'm getting to the bottom on here. I'm about to kind of wrap it up, but I still never got to the bottom on that live. But it was a good live. A lot of people came through, gave their opinions, gave me a lot of background. We exchanged information. A lot of people subscribed from that live. So I'm just so appreciative and thankful. It's been great since I've been back, because I had left. I don't think I had been out here since like last summer, y'all. And I just took a break from the internet and from YouTube, get my mind right. And I knew when I came back, I just wanted it to be in a different light than what it was when I last was on YouTube. I want it to be something more impactful. And I feel over here, this is impactful because it's not about just talking about Rose. Like we really getting into the psyche of what is going on for the greater good. What we don't, we all about over here, like what you don't want is this. So I want to point this stuff out because we don't want no repeat offender. We don't want nobody going out here replicating anything of what we see that Rose is doing, even though she does have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. We can't ignore how she got there. So I don't feel like watching her content and seeing how she did it is technically the recipe for success, because today on her live, she talked about since she's hit the 1 million, the struggles that she's had, like what has come along with that she never even gave thought to. And I think what she means by she's thinking about all the shenanigans and the things that she's done to get to 1 million. And now she's paying the price for that. I really think that's what she's sitting in right now. Like, oh my God, like I'm at 1 million, but look what I had to do or go through to get here. And now the truth and things are coming out, and more people, it's a magnifying glass on my life. And more people now have eyes on this craziness, because more and more craziness is coming to the surface. So because she got 1 million plus subscribers, that's more people that can see it. And she's like, oh my God. Jenny says, how can I get better at analyzing and reading people? I always say, if you sit and let somebody talk, they're going to tell it. They're going to tell themselves. Just sit and just listen to people talk. So just do more listening than talking. So as people talk, just listen. Pay attention to what they say and compares to what they do. And if you don't see that those two things line up, then, but it's, I call it my gift. So it's something to where for me, I feel like it was just natural. I don't know anyone who let's just say they went and learned this such thing. Typically people who pretty much go into certain careers like your law, psychology, like their brains work a different way. So it's almost like, say, Jeannie, me asking somebody how to be a cheerleader. Like I watch on Netflix. You guys seen the DCC Dallas, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleading? So it's like me asking, like, okay, how can I be a good cheerleader? Like, it's going to start with basics of you just having these natural skills to be able to hear music, to respond to it, to move to a beat, to move to 8 to counts in your head. Like, it's something that you're able to do. Everybody can't do that. So we all have gifts. So Jenny, I would say you can start by probably like reading books on analyzing people, listening to people who analyze people, to listen out to what they say they pay attention to. I always say my favorite subject is people watching. I like to watch and observe people because I do that to just better understand them. Like, I'm trying to line up what they say to what they do. And if I don't see those things line up, I'm trying to understand the why and identify where the truth lies. So I've just always been, as a kid, I was very quiet. So I would just sit and observe. And, as an adult, I'm not quiet. I talk, but I still just observe and I ask questions. That's another thing, Jenny, when you're talking to people, be engaged as they're talking. Ask them a question, show interest in what they're saying. If, they say, oh, I grew up around the beach in California. Oh, really? What part of California? Oh, did you like that? Well, yeah, so do you desire to live anywhere else? If they say, oh, I want to move to Alaska, it's like, oh, that's interesting. Why do you want to move to Alaska? You grew up around beaches. Like, why do you want to go to this place? That's so different. And listen to them, like, get an understanding, because they were always maybe in a certain environment. They're like, they want to run away from that and do something completely different. So just listening, asking questions, and paying attention. I miss nothing. I'm always paying attention. Garcia said, yes, it's weird. When I first came across her content, she was making it seem like this single Black woman won big because she had married a white man making 6 figures. But now she is claiming he is broke. Yep. So we got to pay attention to what people do versus what they say. And so she was saying those things, but we've been seeing her actions and things kind of show differently. So the action speaks louder than words. So I feel like the truth is coming out. Bro, Melena said to Garcia, she is a wonderful businesswoman. She knew that story would sell, even though she knew it wasn't true. Unfortunately, the truth is coming out. Her ex-husband wasn't a deadbeat. I saw that out there too. And he was like, the lies you tell, him and his wife. CJ Lopez said, I agree. Some of us has the natural skill and do it without even meaning to. It's just what it is. It is, I was always that person that asked a lot of questions. So when I was a kid, it was like, oh, why you ask so many questions? And an adult, why you ask so many questions? But I always say, if you pay attention, you may come to see that the smartest people ask a lot of questions, because what they say, you don't know unless you ask. So because I ask a lot of questions, I learn a lot of information from people. So then the next break will like, oh my God, you ask a lot of questions. Okay, now what's the tea? Because they know I know the information. It's just like, okay, you want to say something about me being this way, but then you want to reap like, okay, well, girl, what you find out? Like, says I can find out anything, because I make people feel comfortable. Like I genuinely just be wanting to know about people. So in the mix of that, I just learn things from people. And then, so once they tell me whatever, they're so comfortable and they want to know my feedback, and because I don't go around giving unsolicited feedback. I do that, I guess, now in this YouTube. Rosen asks for my feedback, so it's unsolicited. But in my regular personal life, I don't go around asking for people, just volunteering my views on people. I get in conversations with people and they ask me my opinion. So then I'll give my opinion, and then it's that, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, and then they want to understand, okay, well, wow, that's so on point. That's very true. And, I'll elaborate and say, oh, okay, well, that's how I came up with this idea, because you said this and this, so I'll explain to them, how I came up with my thought process. And I'm pretty much never wrong when I have conversations about people and the energy and what I pick up from them. They're just like, oh yeah, that's true. And until the next time they come back with, now suddenly I'm their free therapist, so that's pretty much what prompted me to go to school, because people was treating me like a therapist anyway. One of my friends was like, why don't you go to school and just do that for a living? And I'm like, I put it off for a long time, because at that point I'd already had 3 degrees in, business. So I didn't want to go back to school, but I just finally did it. And here we are. Now I'm on YouTube telling you how sick Rose is. Look where life has brought me. Who would have thought this? College, student loans, all that would have brought me here to be breaking down the life of Rose Miller. Who would have thought? Like, you just never know. You just never know. So that's all I have for you all. I thank each and every one of you for being here with us. I think we got through our comments. CJ said, I agree, some of us. So that was the last comment. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Please like, share, subscribe. Make sure you have your notification bell on. I don't know when the next time I'll come back. Like, we'll see, if there's anything tomorrow, if there's anything I kind of want to come out here and cover, if she puts up anything new. But like I said, she be, deleting her stuff. So I listen, it's like playing double dutch, because today I just so happened was on YouTube and just seen her video. I think I went to her channel because I wanted to, with trying to prepare for this live, pull this other video. And then I saw she was live and I'm like, oh, bet, what's she talking about? And it was going down. It was going down. So I'm like, okay, Rose. So mama did what? No, like, I just want to jump on live like in that moment. But I said, let me keep it together. We're going to talk at 6 o'clock. So keep your notification bells on, so you know when I go live. And most likely whenever I do choose to go live, I may like pre-schedule it. So you may see me have a pre-schedule, or I might just hit that live button. So either way, just have your notifications set. And I'm sure we will be back, because Rose, as long as she got breath in her lungs, she will be back on this internet telling the business. And we are here for it. So again, I thank you all. Let's see. Bro Melena said, thank you. I'll be taking an emotional break from Rose, but your approach was kind and professional. Yes, that was good. I think yesterday was an emotional break because I was so exhausted, but we definitely want to get those breaks in. So yes, thank you all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I am Chic from Chic Speaks, and I will catch you on the next broadcast. Also, at the bottom, I have my Cash App up there if anyone want to bless me with anything. I will greatly be appreciative, but I am really grateful to if you can at least like, share, and subscribe, and just help me as I grow to 1,000 subscribers. I am Chic from Chic Speaks. It has been a wonderful night with you all. Thank you. And I'll catch you on the next broadcast. Peace.